How are you, Mizzy?
What's up?
I had to sit in awkward silence for a bit. I was actually going to run with it for like 30 seconds and just sit here and wait for you to say something.
Not say anything? Yeah, no.
It would have been really awkward for you because I know you're kind of like an introvert.
Yes, this is true.
You're more of an introvert, right?
Yeah.
You know what's funny is you know the reels or the gifs you see of Deadpool and Wolverine, and he jumps on his back. I always think of like that's the two of us because it's basically the description says like when an introvert and an extrovert are friends.
Oh, okay.
Like Wolverine, kind of an introvert, you know.
Yes.
Deadpool, an extrovert. You're more like Wolverine, and I'm like Deadpool.
Okay.
But we don't have the.
I'll take it. Yeah, I don't have the body.
Yeah,
we don't have anything, but
neither one of us have the body for it.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. Also, Wolverine's white.
It's true.
That doesn't work.
Yeah.
But let's talk some movies tonight. You excited? Yeah. I've been excited for like the last week and a half, and then last night I could not sleep, and so I woke up. I didn't sleep. I was just laying in bed, and I hate that. You're tossing and turning, you can't sleep. It's like 3 a.m. I decided to watch Martyrs.
Oh wow! Okay.
I couldn't fall asleep after that.
A good bedtime movie.
And, good bedtime movie. Yeah, and I couldn't fall asleep after that, so I got like 2 hours of sleep. But I think I'm ready to roll tonight.
Nice. Yeah, get that adrenaline going. You know.
Yep.
We're pumped.
And if anybody's wondering why Mizzy looks like Apollo Creed tonight, it's because of your contact.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I've had some contact issues, so all good.
Actually made a comment with Dakota Johnson. I punched him in the eye for it.
Yeah.
Johnny, watch it. We got Grant in the chat saying, "What's up? I am early to the chat, but Horror Fest is in the air. Any Paramount or DreamWorks movies getting mentioned? It's going to be on my watch list." And then he kind of mentioned something else. No spoilers there. Guys in the chat saying, "Hey there, everyone." We've got Prince in the chat saying, "What's up, Mizzy?" But he does not care about me. Joe says, "Hi, everyone. Time for another great night." What's up, Joe? Hey, Joe. Lots of people saying hi. We've got Tony, the best human being in the world, in the chat.
Tony, yes.
Holland Oates is here. Joe Martinez. If I skip anybody, I do apologize. I'm going to run through it. I got my AC on, so if it's loud, I do apologize. Movie Warehouse is in the chat. What is up, Nicholas? Says, "Good evening, everybody." We've got Bree saying, "Hello, everyone." She says, "Hello, everyone."
Okay.
Prince said, "Hello, Mizzy." Holland says, "Hey, Caprice. Hey, what's up, Tony? Love that Lucy Steele book from the UK." Hello, Holland. We've got Prince saying, "Uncle Tony." We've got Tony P in the chat saying, "Hey, Bob, Mizzy."
What's up, Tony?
We were just talking about Tony P a little bit before we went live.
I was talking crap.
All crap. Tom Cruise says, "I think we should ban saying hi to everyone." Juggalo says, "What's up? Good evening." Just lots of highs. Speaking of highs back and forth, we got Corey in the chat. Hey, all. That's why when like some people get upset about the highs, it happened to you recently. Like people get upset about it. It's like I'm definitely not taking offense to it.
Oh, I don't like no. There's so many people.
Good evening, everyone. Anyone get an email for the second WB community survey list? They have some nerve leaving off the Last Samurai again. Here we go. I did not. Tom Cruise. We've got. Oh, geez, I can't stand that. So you're not familiar with this because you've never hosted a live stream on StreamYard, but it just. You lose the chat, and it just goes all the way down to the bottom. Right?
Oh, so you got to go back up or something.
There's the Denzel Washington. Wow, that's high praise, bro.
That is right. I'll take that all day, every day.
Damn, that's high praise.
Right.
We've got Mrs. Caveman in the chat. Bob, nothing like Deadpool. Shut up, Tony P. Smack the hell out of you. Tom Cruise says a bunch of gibberish. We have got Joe saying hi from Marie as well on the other side of the couch. Laren says, "Bob and Ms. Master, good evening." Look, it's a lot. It's a lot to read. I don't have time for that. That's all the ones they put in the survey, Tony. He's just telling us what they put in the survey. Of course, I wouldn't forget you, bald man. We got.
Did he shave his head because of you? Basically,
maybe he does. He shaves his head. Yeah. He said we're twins. I was like, I don't know about that. Caprice. Hey Mike, we've got Tony P saying Mizzy talking crap again. No house key for you when you.
Oh wow, Tony. I wasn't talking crap.
Is Silver Scream in Florida or is that the convention?
No, that's that's Massachusetts.
Going to conventions. Okay, cool. Well, everyone that's in the chat, thanks for being here. We got Laren in the chat. Look at that. Laren's such a good guy.
Laren, yes. Yeah. I owe him a phone call. He reminded me. So.
And
Laren.
Yep. We're gonna meet Laren one day. I'm not far from him, so it's gotta happen.
That's true. That is very
All
true.
right. My hair grew out again, actually. Technically, we were not twins anymore. We were never twins, Prince. We were never twins. I'll see you at Silver Screen, my darlings. Oh, you know what's funny?
You're going?
No. Oh, Caprice. I guess Caprice is going.
You're going, Caprice?
We're gonna be Caprice.
Wow.
Big hug. I want you to jump into her arms when you see her. Be like, Caprice.
I'm a little too big for that, but yeah, no, definitely want to meet up. Yeah, I didn't know
that. Caveman says, "Is your dad going to make another appearance?" And I hope Mizzy hated all of Bob's movies recommendations.
I did. So don't worry.
You know what's funny about bald? Speaking of bald people, is, and I've asked you this before. So sometimes I'll see a bald person, whether it's in a movie or whatever, right? And I'm just like, I'm looking, and I'm like, and this has happened. I look at you and I'm like, are all bald people like that ugly? I'm like, bro, I'm like,
no, I think it depends on your head shape. Yeah.
But I'm like,
I wouldn't look good, but I have a big head.
And I'm like, bro, they look bad.
No, there's some people that don't,
Yeah, I think
the head shape.
It's got to be the head shape. And if you miss a bunch of spots, if you don't know how to shave your head, that looks really bad too.
Yeah, that's hard going to the back, I'm sure. And
Joe Martinez is going to be at SilverCon as well.
Well, he better. I didn't know he's good, but he's in Massachusetts, so yeah, that's good to know.
You're going to Silver Scream. We definitely have to meet up.
I'm glad Joe, because I don't think Joe went last year. This might be his first year.
I love being my head shaved. I wish my hair didn't grow back.
I get a lasered or something
that doesn't grow back. Exactly.
Right, like you did. Women do that for
their
downstairs.
Yeah, downstairs. I was like, go ahead, Mizzy. You can say it.
Tony's in the chat.
They sell head shape for bald people to shape it. LOL.
We
got magic hands there. All right. So let me ask you, going into this list. So looking at my list from the start, we obviously talk a lot. We're very close. So last list, when you gave me your list, unfortunately, probably just spoke too much. And I think we did a pretty good job of keeping a lot of this coy, some of it you told me we'll talk about it, but very heavy.
That was you threw me off of a blind spotted. So I had to kind
of very heavy list, right?
Yeah, very heavy,
pretty slow,
very slow burns.
Slow burns, yep, and depressing.
Oh yeah, there's no. I'm looking right now. I don't see anything that's just they're all pretty depressing in one way, except maybe one. Obviously, one.
Laugh once? Did you even chuckle in any of these throughout 10 movies? Did you have even one chuckle?
Yeah, there's some there's one that I could see. I probably did a few, but it's still a depressing movie. Don't get me wrong. But,
yeah. No, it's funny because for the most part, there's maybe one or two laughs in all 10 of these.
Right,
they're
all they're all very serious.
Yeah, exactly. Which I might make your next list a little bit more lighthearted. But looking at your list. And I think we all do this. You get a recommendation from people, and you immediately look at the poster. You sometimes could say, "Okay, blind spotting," and you look at it and you go, "Okay, I'm gonna like that. I'm excited to see that." Right? And I think the people that have given me a second watch list, I look at their watch list and I'm like, "Okay," you could tell that they know me a little bit better.
Yeah.
So, did you, when you looked at my list though? And I never asked this, but I'm just curious. Were you okay, these look good, or were you oh, I don't want to watch that one?
No, because there was a few that I owned and just haven't watched, and most of these some because talking to you I've known about. So none that I was dreading watching or anything like that.
Okay. Yeah, and there was some you never heard of, right?
There was a couple I didn't hear about. I didn't know about.
Yeah. Do you want to dive into number 10?
Say again, sorry.
You want to dive into number 10?
Oh, yeah, let's go.
Okay, I did do what Caveman, shout out to Guy in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and when we're discussing it. When spoilers go up, the movie will go down. It'll be erased. But I'm on the bottom of the screen. I'm going to put now discussing with a colon and then the movie. And I did rush to do that before we went live. So if I spell a word wrong, Holland, keep your mouth shut. So I'm like looking, proofreading, make sure that I spelled everything correctly because I was in a rush. But yeah, so anyways, I will keep that. I really like that idea by Guys, so shout out to him for that. I think it's a really good idea. It, people coming in the middle will know what we're talking about, so, and they could look it up, things like that. So I think it helps. So if you want to dive into number 10, I'm gonna go ahead and go to the brand here, and I'm just gonna have to find the picture, and then I have to go back and put the little banner on the screen.
Oh, right, yeah, that makes sense. I got you. Yeah, so number 10 I'll start with, it's gonna be Sunshine.
Okay, here we go. Yeah. Sunshine, yeah. Which is quite slow.
Yes, that is very slow until the last half hour, and it kind of switches. I know when you do spoilers, you'll put up spoilers. Yeah, what does that mean? Yeah, it is very slow. I put it does have a great cast, like a very diverse cast, which I liked.
Chris Evans.
Yeah, Chris Evans is Michelle Yeoh, Rose Byrne, Cillian. What's the guy from Oppenheimer? Cillian Murphy. Cillian Murphy. Yeah. I didn't realize that Alex Garland wrote that, so that was pretty. And I will just say this now. All these movies I liked. There are
how many stars on this?
3.
Okay, so I was 10 for 10.
Yes, I know. Don't get a big head. But yes, there are no 2 and 2s or 1s. Or,
yes.
These are all,
Joe in the chat.
Some are higher than others, but yes.
Failures.
Yeah.
Okay. So Sunshine. Did you know that this is John Murphy? So same score composer for Last House on the Left.
I didn't.
The Last House on the Left remake, and I think parts of Kick-Ass as well. And did you like
that? Was great too. No, that score was
score and Sunshine.
Yeah. And I liked it. Like the movie was good. It's just the first 2/3.
Slow burn.
Yeah, well, very slow, and I didn't really like
the only slow one on this list.
No, it's not the only slow one for me. No, sorry. We'll see. Yeah, no. There's a lot of slow burns.
When people tell me I don't like slow movies, I'm like, I just gave Mizzy like 7 out of 10.
Yeah, no, I'm the one that I think needs a little more, sometimes a little action or a little something, but I appreciate it though. It was very good. The whole plant stuff I didn't get 2 shits about, and I don't know. It was, but I like it. Then, like I said, the last third, it kind of switched because there's something you find out, and it kind of had like a little horror element to that. It
becomes a horror movie.
Yeah, which I kind of like.
Pretty dark.
Yeah, and I wasn't expecting that. I just like there's people had to sacrifice. So and I was like, damn, what would I do? Just because it's a part of the movie that we only have. Basically, they're in space and they got to go restart the sun because it's dying and Earth's gonna die if they don't. So at one part they're like, we don't have enough oxygen for everybody on here. Like some people pretty much pull straws. Yeah, and I'm like, damn, what would I do? I don't know. It's very noble. Some of them, and the one guy was kind of sick. He was like in an incubator for one of the Asian, if you know what I'm talking about. But then he killed himself.
Yeah.
So
spoilers. So I'll put them up if you want to dive into it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna delete this really quick. I'm gonna take that off the screen. I didn't write any notes on this one. So funny thing about your list on the rewatches, I don't always get around to rewatching all of them. For Joe's, I watched like 6 out of the 10. Your list, I rewatched all 10, and I took notes on like 7 out of 10, and some of them I took a ton of notes, and I don't usually do that for rewatches.
Right.
I'm usually not doing that, but this list, I don't know what it was, but I'm glad we discussed this one because it's not my favorite either. So I'm excited. I'm excited to dive into some of the other ones later on because this one I have like a ton to say. I like it, but I gave it a 4 on my first watch 4 or 5 years ago. It was recommended to me by a friend. And then sent me the Blu-ray in the mail. He was getting rid of his entire physical media.
Nice. That Blu-ray is pretty expensive now. I looked it up.
Yeah, and I rewatched it and I was like slower than I remember.
Mhm.
And I don't know. I it's not a 4 anymore for me. It's more of a 3.5
Mhm.
is what I gave it. So
And like I said, it's a good concept. I like it. I like it. Maybe I didn't. Some of the jargon there was in, I didn't really understand everything, but it was very I just the first, like I said, 2/3 seemed very slow until there's a reveal of something.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's kind of where it picked up for me.
Prince says he's gonna take lists from or notes from everyone's list from now on.
Nice.
Caprice, you're going to Silver Scream. Yep. Sorry, I'm late. Scrubbing floors again. Nikki says. All right, what's up, Nikki?
Hey.
Glad to see her here. I'm hanging on to what hair I have left as long as I can. I lose more of it. I'm going to look like Larry from Three Stooges. My dad always says when I let it grow out, I look like Larry because
it's like on the sides.
I get none right here. See, I'm not ashamed. Like when the trolls come out and they start talking about balding, like I might get sensitive or pissed off at certain jokes. All jokes are not it.
I know.
I started shaving my head before I could actually.
Right, you chose this. You choose to shave.
So
and
there's a funny story around the first time I ever shaved my head. I mean, I could really go into it really quick, but basically my dad, the first time I was ever shaving my head, I was like 8, 17, 16. We were going to Florida and my dad took the clippers. He didn't put a number on there, didn't put a guard on. And he was like, oh, and he's like, uh-oh. And then I was like, what happened? And he got a bald spot right here, just like a line right going up. And he's like, well, we could maybe just do the other side the same way.
2 lines.
Yeah. And he's like, well, I don't know what to. And I was like, let's just shave it, you know. And this was the first time I had a whole head of hair, not long hair like Joe.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, you know, all right, we're gonna, you know, just shave it then. And so we shaved it, and we were like, okay, when we come back, my mom's gonna be pissed because I always wanted short hair. My mom didn't really want me to have like this kind of short hair. Of course, I have no hair.
That suits you though.
But so anyways, you get used to it too.
Sure.
My mom, we get back and she's like, okay, so we're gonna tell him like, so I went to the barber before we left, and I said I moved. And they had to shave my head because I moved when they were cutting my hair. And she's like, okay, no problem. It was my sister Colleen who ratted on us. Told my mom and said, no, Dad ruined it.
Dad messed up.
Yeah. And they shaved it, and she was pissed because we obviously lied. And that didn't.
That's what some parents, like hair or something. You know, hair will grow back usually. Like so, yeah.
The first time like I went to a barber or like I was I don't know how old I was, and they came up to me and they were like, what number do you want on your hair? I said, I want like my dad's. And I was a little kid. And they were like, well, what's your dad's look like? I was like, balls. And I was like 9 or 10, dude. And I was like, I want it like my dad's, bald. So Bob is all doom and gloom with this list. I Mizzy should grow a beard.
God, no.
I'm down for that. I am meeting up with Garrett, so yes, let's.
Yes, I heard Garrett's gonna have a table there. Oh, nice.
Garrett's gonna have a table there.
Yeah, I guess he's having like a little booth there or something. So he's probably promote his channel, I guess. Or yeah, I'm assuming.
That's interesting. I have a major Frankenstein scar on my forehead from my eyebrow up my forehead, ending at the background of my head. When I completely go bald, I will frighten children and small animals. Dracula meets Steelbook Crew. Caprice, that's a brilliant idea. Prince says, happy there's a Blu-ray in Mizzy. I like Sunshine, Tony says. Sunshine was definitely a slow burn, better cast than movie. I like Sunshine, out of print now. John Murphy's score was the only good thing about Sunshine. Says Tom not holding back, huh?
Yeah.
And speaking of Corey, do you remember on a game night it was pull a road trip movie and he pulled Sunshine and said, well, they take a road trip to space.
Because, I mean, sure.
Ashley was like, get the fuck out of here with that. Tim is a big supporter of Sunshine. He likes Chris Evans, and so does his wife.
Yeah, no, like I said, great cat. Yeah.
Bob's head even damn bigger by liking all his movies. I'm just happy. I take like pride in actually recommending movies to people. I don't want to recommend duds. We got Adrian James in the chat. I was lucky enough to find the Blue used earlier this year. I think it's
like $30 to $40 on eBay.
I got in Tennessee when he found it. It's going good, Adrian. How are you? Bob is like the cinematic teacher, and I'm the student. See, Bob, I'm learning from you, and I'm safe. Well, I am glad to be of
The teacher.
Your dad seems hilarious. He can be. He's very offensive. Your dad wanted to carve flash wings on the sides of your head. You talk to my dad. Caprice has talked to my dad.
Mm-hmm.
You know how offensive he can be. He is very far.
Yeah, but maybe because I'm not
PC.
easily, it doesn't bother
What he
me.
wants to say, and he don't need to know you to say what he wants to say. So.
Oh no, but he's never like offended me.
Welcome to Bob's hair discussion. We will return to the movie talk here shortly.
That's right, Tony.
Bob's dad messed up his hair, and Bob's missed.
Yeah, good point, Joe. Yeah, right.
Shut It, Sunshine is my favorite road trip movie. All right, you want to dive into number 9 then?
Yeah, this is where you might get a little upset. But... so number 9 is gonna be Clouds.
Okay, all right. So I actually recommended a Disney Plus movie to Mizzy.
Yes. All people, but yeah.
Of all people, I did. Now this is not a Disney Plus like woke movie.
It's not. But
it's not just like, oh, here's a checklist. We got, we covered the bases. Yeah. We got a gay person.
No gay people. I don't think there's a black person.
Black teacher.
Oh no, the teacher. Yeah, Laura Howard.
But that's about it.
Get Out. The guy from Get Out. Yeah, the friend. Yeah.
So Clouds. Now discussing. All right.
Yeah, it does feel like a Disney movie though.
3 movies, 3 stars or 3.5.
Yeah, 3. No, it's 3 too. Yes, sorry. Yes, 3. A low 3 probably. I love seeing Nev Campbell in it because I love Scream, and I had to laugh because her name in the movie is Laura, and her name in Scream 3 when she's like being the 911 the woman's is Laura. Yeah. I'm sure that was not even coincidental.
No, that's fair. That's
fair. I laughed at that. That was a little thing. Yeah, it's a little too sappy for me.
Too like Lifetime-y maybe.
Yeah, a little bit of that vibe. The kid was great. I don't even know what the kid
was. Fun stuff work for you though?
Yeah. No, it was more. I don't know if this is spoilers or what, but
yeah, because it's pretty heavy on spoilers. So if you want to dive, if you're going to spoil anything, because I've got a lot to spoil on this one. So if you're ready to dive into spoilers, let me know.
Okay, I'll try to do a few things. The kid was great that played. I forget his name. I didn't write his.
I don't know it either.
Character name on there. He was good. He's only done like 2 or 3 movies or something. Yeah, I like the cast. The father. I remember, seeing him around, and I remember
Sniseman's hot. That helps.
Yes, because she was. I was like, this girl's from she's in Jumanji, but she's blonde.
She looked good in it too.
Yeah, no, she looks good. I do say that. Yeah, so basically he's like a.
And your favorite singer's in it.
No, that's your favorite singer. I didn't know about her until you told me about her, bro.
Sabrina Carpenter.
But is that a wig she wears? She doesn't. Her hair.
I have no idea.
Ratty, like it doesn't even look like.
I didn't know she started her.
I didn't know she acted at all. But
she actually started her career on the Disney Channel.
Oh, okay.
I think a lot of artists start their career on the Disney Channel.
I mean, yeah, a lot do. I guess like.
Didn't Victoria Justice start?
Like wasn't Demi Lovato on Disney shit, and
I have no
Gomez, I think was. Yeah, she had a show, and I don't really listen to people, but yeah, it was nice. Like, don't get me wrong, I didn't like hate it or anything. It was just a little, and I kind of knew what was going to happen, so that was probably a problem too. So basically, he's like a singer-songwriter with his best friend, played by Sabrina Carpenter, and they write songs, and they kind of, so he's, is this spoilers? I don't know.
No, he's sick. I mean, that's the movie starts with him being sick.
Yeah, it does, because he's. Because I like that too. They started off bald, he was bald, and then they go back, he had like hair. Yeah. Then, he got a little better. And then
he stops treatment.
Yeah, he stopped treatment. So he grows his hair and all that. And
I'm gonna put spoilers up before we end up spoiling something too much.
Okay.
So, do you want me to dive into some of my notes?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I wrote down the scene with his mom having to go over. This is a major spoiler. We're talking about Clouds if you're just tuning in. But we're going to go over major spoilers for the movie now. Having to go over what he wants for his death.
Yeah, when she's asking him about, what do you want?
It really breaks my heart, man. Yeah, and it just makes me think of my mom and I.
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
I couldn't imagine doing that with my mother.
Yeah.
Like, I can't imagine doing that with my mother. She's dying, or whatever, because our parents are older, obviously. And yeah, that was a good scene.
Do you remember when he says how cool it would be to have the audience sing your lyrics back to you?
Mm-hmm.
And then they
And
do
then
at
that
the
happens.
end.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's cool. No matter how much you, okay, oh, okay. I wrote a quote down later, but
Oh,
no matter how much you know or how much you try and prepare, I don't think you can ever be prepared or ready to lose a son.
no. Oh, God. Yeah.
Like, especially at that age, like,
Right. He's like, yeah, in high school. He's
yeah,
like, yeah, am I even going to graduate? Like,
no
am I
matter
going
how much you see it coming and you know
Yeah.
it, just you
Oh,
can't.
yeah. Even though you know he's sick. And yeah,
But
absolutely.
I wrote down 2 quotes. He says, "See, we all have limited time." Very true.
Oh,
And one of my favorite quotes, and people could say, "Oh, it's sappy or it's corny," but like I love this quote. You don't have to find out you're dying to start living. And I love
yeah.
that. He says that at the end of the movie. It's just in the sister brother scene, like when she's just they argue and they bicker, and but she's there for him at the end, and he's like,
Yeah, she keeps calling him, I forget what she calls him, like, not dope. She could say, like, his brother and sisters do that. And
yeah,
the thing with the TV remote, like, because she came at one point in the movie, she wanted to watch something. He like takes it from her.
and then at the end,
Yeah, and at the end, he just hands it to her and puts his
yeah.
hand on her shoulders. Yeah.
But this worked for me on every level. And there's a song that plays when they're at the ranch and he's doing the horse with her.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That is one of my
See
favorites.
see, the songs didn't work for me really. Even their main.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know. It's just like if I listen to the radio, I would just change the channel.
Yeah, okay, so the soundtrack.
I don't know. That's just me.
No, it's okay. The soundtrack worked for me on this. And you
Mhm.
know what? Like some of these I rewatched, and I'll talk about it afterwards when I give you my prediction. But
Mhm.
some of these I rewatched, and I was like, this was not one of them. I was always wanting you to see this. But
Yeah.
some of them I rewatched, and I was like, it didn't hold. It's good, but like I probably wouldn't to put this on your list.
Mhm.
So we'll talk about it at the end. But yeah. Do you want
And
to
then there's a couple of more things like, and this is me because I'm very
spoiler or no?
cynical. Yeah, I guess. Well, yeah. That basically like so we said they make this song called Clouds, and then all of a sudden like they get a record contract, and I'm not saying that can't happen. It does happen every day, but
But this is. Did you know this is based on a true story?
I did know because
Yeah.
which does make more. It kind of like okay,
Yeah.
I did because I saw the end the pictures of the real kid.
I took spoilers off the screen, everyone.
Okay. But
I'm gonna catch up with the chat.
okay.
We'll dive into number 8. Okay. He says, "What Disney Plus?"
I thought Tony loves
Shut it. Okay. Yeah. See, Grant says I love this movie.
Yeah.
Joe says never heard.
Grant, give it 5 stars.
I've never heard of Clouds. I'm putting it to watch list now. Nev Campbell will always be party of 5 to me.
Oh yeah.
Clouds, never heard of that. Music, movie, oh baby, that's my shit. Mizzy, yeah, it's a low 3 for me, or almost non-existent score of 3. However, it's tough to choose between Clouds and Coda. Justice was Nick. Justice did a Nickelodeon show. Okay, I knew it was like kids. Coda is a masterpiece.
Coda's great.
Release. Yes, it was great. I showed you that one.
Yes, you did.
Aaron says yes, me too. I agree. Sabrina Carpenter is in this too. I totally forgot about that. In other words, nothing says Sabrina Carpenter got started on the Boy Meets World sequel.
I didn't see that. Yeah, I love Boy Meets World.
Who is Sabrina Carpenter? I'm old and don't know who lots of new actresses are.
Look her up on YouTube.
She's dating the guy from Saltburn.
Yeah, she's dating the guy from Saltburn. Yeah,
that guy is butt ass ugly.
Punchable face there. Yeah,
got a punchable face. I'm Gen Z and I don't know who that is. Holland Oates is.
You're not Gen Z, Holland.
No chance. Number 8. You want to dive into it?
Sure. So number 8 would be Bone Tomahawk.
All right. Now,
and like I said, I like all these movies. I know some people are gonna probably rip me, and this is a great movie. It's very good. It is just very, very slow until like the last half hour.
It's a slow movie. I know that now. Like you've been getting worse and worse with slow burns.
Yeah,
better. Like even last night backstage, we were watching Indecent Proposal, and you were like, you fell asleep.
I didn't not like that, but I maybe was expecting something else, and I put my head down. I was like, oh, I think I'm to wake up at one point.
So
Yeah. So yeah, I just put it's very slow to start. A great actor, like obviously great cast. Kurt Russell's he's
3 or
amazing.
3.5.
It's gonna be a 3, but like a high 3.
Okay. That's fair. No, I'm not mad at you. Haven't. I love Clouds, I do, but there's 2 on this list. If they were number 10, there would have been.
Oh, I think I know.
The stream would have been.
I think we're kind of up there with some of those. We'll see. But
I'm glad to hear.
I think one I know for sure because since I've known you, you've talked about this movie. So, anyways, great cat. I just put like the first 90 minutes. It's kind of slow, just like walking in the not desert. Is it desert though? Wilderness to go find this guy's wife that gets I don't know, spoilers. I don't know, kidnapped or whatever.
No, that's the story. It's okay. Once you dive into the end and characters and deaths, you got to put
obviously, it's known for this great scene. I'm sure a lot of people know.
Talks about Terrifier. They're both 2017, right? Terrifier was.
Yeah.
But I don't like people talk about Terrifier.
This did do it better because
I think this was
because you hear the crunch of
bones and it's a guy.
All right, it's a guy. Imagine
and they show
everything. Like, I'm like, damn, what that happened to me? Like, and they just fucking rip it. Like, sorry.
Well, although cutting like down a woman's split her legs over that.
Yeah. I mean, that was a gnarly scene too. Don't get me wrong. At the time when
they show the guts fall out though.
Yeah, it's more like brutal. Yeah, for sure. It's a little more brutal. But
I think it's practical. It looks pretty practical.
It looked pretty compared to Terrifying, which is that's a good point too. For sure.
That's Craig Gallagher does a lot of his own.
Yeah, and he's great. Like I agree because I like Dragged Across Concrete, very slow burning movie, but that's a great movie. I like that. Brawl, Cellblock 99 is great. And all of his movies are positive for me.
And this is number 8 right now. Yeah, number 8.
Yeah. Number 8. So this is slow. I don't know. It's, I don't know. I probably had to rewatch it one day, and like I said, I liked it. But what's his name? Patrick Wilson? He kind of got on my nerves a little bit towards the end. Like, if he had died, I would have been okay with it.
Hey, spoilers! That's a big spoiler. You got to let me know on that one. I'm gonna put spoilers up. I got a lot to say, and it's not spoilers. So,
I'm not. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Matthew Fox's character, I really like his character because he's so interesting. Because he's like, I'm out here risking my life for the both of you. I think I'm entitled to an occasional innuendo. He's so like properly spoken. Just everything about him. It's an interesting character. I love how they can all yell and get frustrated with one another, but be men about it. Like, you know what I mean? I think I appreciate that. I love how well he uses sound mixing. You can hear every bone crush and body dismemberment.
Yeah, that is true.
I love how unique it's made. You just never see anything coming. It's really like all of his movies. You know what I mean? Like, you just don't know when he kills main characters. He kills women. He doesn't like S. Craig Zahler has no bounds. So, and you don't see it coming. I feel like he's very
surprised. I get that.
He's always been like that as a director. You never see any of it coming, and it's all unpredictable. I still think it's got one of the most brutal scenes in cinema between the sound effects, the screams, his screams too. Everything. Like, I think it's one of the best, like, most brutal scenes in cinema. Say goodbye. This is a spoiler. So I'm going to dive into spoilers now. So spoilers for Bone Tomahawk. We're going to take that off the screen and talk spoilers. I'm diving into spoilers. So if you're just tuning in, I'm going to talk spoilers on Bone Tomahawk. But when he says, say goodbye to my wife and I'll say hello to yours.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that quote.
Okay.
He said there were 3 left, if you remember. And they hear 3 gunshots at the very end, and that's when Richard Jenkins kind of smiles, and then he throws the rock. I love that. I love that they kind of insinuate that he got them all at the very end.
Okay. I didn't pick that up on that.
Yeah, and then it cuts to credits. I love that abrupt ending. Craig Zahler just knows how to write. His characters are always so well developed. and he has incredible dialogue. It reminds me so much of Tarantino, and honestly, I probably prefer his three movies over my top three Tarantino. And then I wrote, I don't know though, that's a tough one. I love that.
That's a big.
I mean, these like his three movies, Dragged Across Concrete, Bone Cell Block 99, and Bone Tomahawk are. I love.
They're very
like
good.
Craig Zahler at the moment. He's probably my favorite director.
Mm-hmm.
Like just on the short stuff he has.
He's only done 3. And
he just writes so well. It's so razor sharp.
And he writes and directs everything. Yeah.
I wrote you can't help but be glued to the TV, and his movies are always usually pretty slow or slow builds, but because he knows how to write, it's not boring. He uses what he's given so perfectly. He doesn't need a big budget. This didn't have a big budget at all. No. So he runs with whatever you give him. And I just think he makes the most of it.
I agree. I agree with everything you said.
You want me to take spoilers off the screen here?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I got 43 comments in the chat, probably some high.
Oh,
wow. You want me to catch it? You could keep kind of chatting as I go.
Yeah, no, it's like I said, it's just it was funny seeing it opens up with Dewey, David Arquette, and
he knew she opened up. Sabrina Carpenter opened up for Taylor Swift on the Eras tour.
Oh,
baby, what's up, y'all? How old is your baby? Me too. Oh, baby, boner, Tomahawk.
Tomahawk. Wow. Okay.
Boner Tomahawk. We got Bone Tomahawk bringing the heat. Corey says, "Ooh, Bone Tomahawk with caps locks." I'm glad they're enjoying it. We got mid-level Lucian in the chat. I don't know if I read his comment, but he's in the chat. Ken's in the chat.
Hey, Ken.
Listen to the song Espresso, and you'll know what I'm talking about. Yeah,
I've heard of that. I do.
Everybody's heard it.
Yeah.
Bone Tomahawk is a great modern Western, Laren says. Slow burn, but fantastic, Capri says. I love Bone Tomahawk. Not a fan of Westerns.
I'm not either, Joe. So maybe that a little bit to do. Yeah.
I almost watched this last night, Nikki.
Oh, wow.
Now you can watch it tonight.
Yeah.
Bone Tomahawk, oh, baby. Laren's is laughing. Hi, Kenny. Kenny Levels is here. Hey, Ken. Lots of highs back and forth. We have got Rock Music Forever 90 saying, hey, what's up, Ms.
Yeah, what's up, Oscar?
You know this person personally?
Yeah, Oscar. Yeah, he's cool.
Nice.
He's in Dave's Patreon a lot.
Nice. Well, thanks for being here, Oscar. Oscar, right? You said Oscar?
Yep.
Okay, cool. All of us Craig Zahler films are slow burns, Dragged Across Concrete, and Bone Cell Block 99.
Yeah.
I like Bone Tomahawk, Tony says. Never seen Bone Tomahawk. I'm not really into Westerns, but I've heard good things about it. Tony P says.
You might like it, Tony.
Easy words. Do any of you have the Bone Tomahawk Steelbook that both of us?
I have it, yeah. I actually
only has 7 copies. Says it's a Western horror film, Tony's movies. Yo, Adrian, I'm good. Hope you're good too. BT is Bone Tomahawk 2015.
It is 2015 that he said.
Terrifier 2015 is well done.
I have to look that up. I don't.
But either way, you know when people say like, "Oh, this movie did it first," or "This movie did it first," I always tell people like when somebody says, "Oh, they copied my idea on YouTube or something." I tell people like, you gotta understand. The people, they might have been writing that movie when they might have had that script idea in their head. They might have said, we want to do this scene in this movie. Like, it doesn't mean people copy other people. Like, people just assume that. It's like, you don't know. We don't know when you wrote the script.
Terrifier is 26.
Ideas in my head to do live streams, and then somebody else does something similar. And I might have had the idea a year ago. I just never got around to it. And then all of a sudden I finally do it, and people are like, it's the same thing as that person. It's like, you know what? I had that as an idea, but
it's just you can copy and paste and everything. That's
we don't need spoilers for a film almost. Yes, you do. Here's the thing.
I haven't seen movies that are 40 years old.
That's the thing. So Tom Cruise, like, I'm absolutely fine putting up spoilers. Like, the thing is, like, I avoided spoilers for 7, and that movie's over 20 years old.
Yeah, that's like 25 years old now. But
So, I don't want to spoil movies. If somebody said, I've never seen Terminator, you know, I'm not going to spoil that. It's 40 years old. You know, I don't spoil movies. I'm not in that because, look, some people, 80-year-old movie never heard spoilers. So
for sure.
I wouldn't want to be spoiled if I don't have to be.
Sure.
Tony says, good night, all. I would like to stay, but I do need to sleep. Yep. Good night. Tony did tell Tom Cruise to behave. Don't know how long I'll be here, Tone. Crazy storms keeping knocking out power and internet. I don't care if it came out this year or it's Citizen Kane. I like the spoiler banner.
Laren understands.
Read Laren, yep. Definitely appreciate the spoilers banner as well, Laren. Have to go. We'll catch the rest of the stream on replay. Extra early day at work tomorrow. He's just taking after Tony.
Yeah, that's what
Preach it, Bob. Capri says, okay, all right. Go ahead and finish your closing thoughts on Bone Tomahawk. And we'll
No,
dive
like I said, it was good. I did like it overall. It's just slow, but I think that
at
was
3.5 on this one.
I gave it like a high 3, but
Okay, high 3. Gotcha.
yeah, maybe upon rewatch I'll. But I was a little late at the time. I was probably laying down.
I'm telling you, some movies when you're like, oh man, that's not the best time to be.
Yeah, but like I said, none of these movies I dislike. So
yeah. Go ahead, finish your thoughts, and I'm just writing this down here.
no, just good cast. Like I said, I didn't write too many notes.
Great cast.
Yeah, oh for sure. Richard Jenkins, he's awesome. I love that guy.
I like how he puts the thing in his mouth to blow.
Yeah, what is that? So that wasn't that throat, right?
Their way of howling, dude.
How they communicate or whatever.
But I like how he's like wants to kiss her at the end. He just
yeah.
And then he goes, yeah,
because that's why you're in that throat with all the blood and shit. Yeah, and some of those dudes, what the heck? I don't know. I don't know their names. Like
they're savages.
But bro, some of them were getting shot. Like they were just kept getting up.
They're the big boys.
Yeah.
Yep. Sounds like a movie my wife would watch on a rainy Saturday afternoon.
There you go.
Tony needs our sleep. Tony needs our sleep. Yep. Tony needs our sleep. Huge twist. Tony C is not asleep. He's still alive. Shelly will love it. Holland Oat says, "Is this true? Is her liking Bone Tomahawk?"
Who's Shelly? I don't know Shelly.
Michelle.
Oh, sorry. I didn't think that. Okay.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Okay. I don't know. I
think Ken's seen this. I think.
I'm sure he has. Yeah, and she watches a lot of stuff he watches. Right? They watch together. So.
Number 7. You want to dive into it?
Yeah. So this one is the first one I watched. It is called Luce.
Okay. All right. Luce, number 7. So I wanted to return the favor, put some black cinema on your list.
Oh, thank you.
Some racial conversation. Since you did it to me with like 4 of them, I figured I'd do it to you with 2 of them.
I'd educate you a little bit. Yeah, but that's what I was actually. I didn't take any notes because this is the first one. I was at my mom's at the time watching this because it's not on streaming or anything, and so I didn't take the notes. I do remember it though. But yeah, I think it was interesting because it was a teacher versus student, and it was a black teacher versus a black student.
How many stars?
3.5. Yeah.
Okay, 3.5 on this one.
Well,
there's to people who don't know about Luce, it's a Shakespeare play, I believe. I don't know if it's
it is.
It's not Shakespeare. I'm sorry, but it's a play. It's not Shakespeare. What the hell am I saying? It's a play. It is off of a play, though. I had Shakespeare on the mind, but it is off. It's based off of a play.
Mm-hmm. I think I do that. Yeah, I remember saying that.
Shakespeare.
Yeah, I don't know Shakespeare.
Oh, hey, Ken. Larry says, never heard of Luce. I told you, Joe. I got the deep cuts, brother.
Yeah. So I have heard of it before, and I just never saw it. And you brought it up. I was like, oh yeah, well, sounds good. I'm trying to think of what to say. So basically, it's this white couple, Naomi Watts and what's his name, Tim Roth.
Ooh, Naomi Watts.
Naomi Watts, a good one. So I heard Tim Roth that. Funny enough, so they started Funny People remake together.
Funny Games.
Funny Games. I'm sorry. Yeah, I know. So there I go. So yeah, they adopted a child. I guess he was a kid, right? Back when they adopted him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now he's in high school in the movie. I don't know what the echo is. Yeah, they adopt him. So it starts with. So there's a scene with the lock. It's very. Not mysterious. There's things going on, which I probably don't understand everything. Doing all right?
No, I forgot to put the movie up, by the way.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So Jesus, forgive me. So yeah, he writes like this essay in school, and the teacher accuses him of plagiarism. Right? That's right? Plagiarism?
Yeah, we're going to dive too much because this is pretty tough to talk about without spoilers. But I do want to say, Brian Goes Blues in the chat. He said he saw this in theater.
Hey. Oh, wow. Nice.
Yeah. And
Brian.
Saying hi, Brian. Based on a play by J.C. Lee.
Okay. Yeah, so he writes this Yeah, I guess it's not plagiarism. It's more what he writes in the essay.
Yeah, she gets pissed because she's worried because it's about violence.
Mm-hmm.
He's basically saying he agrees with
And
violence
he
to get.
agrees with like genocide or something
Yeah,
because
and
he's from another country originally.
yeah.
Forgive me, I don't know the country offhand, but he's like, yeah, sometimes it's necessary. He was saying
Mm-hmm.
basically, yeah, she didn't like that. The teacher Octavia Spencer,
Octavia Spencer.
yeah, great actress. Yeah,
Excellent.
oh yeah, for sure. So she didn't like that. So, and then he comes to find out that he had a friend that was.
Yeah, we gotta. I'm gonna put spoilers on the screen if
Okay.
I gotta make sure I
I'm trying to
keep
figure
you
like
in,
what to say. I don't know.
you
Okay.
in check here because yeah, this one's tough to talk about without spoilers. So spoilers going up for Luce. So Luce is gonna go off the screen here. Just want to let everyone know that we're gonna be talking spoilers now on Luce. If you're just chiming in, go ahead.
Yeah. So come to find out, she has a friend. Luce is the character. He had a friend that I guess got in trouble at school because they found marijuana in his locker. And it was a sports scholarship, I believe, that he was up for.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
running.
yeah. For yeah. But come to find out, but we don't. I guess.
He had fireworks in his locker.
Yeah, Luce had fireworks in his locker, and his mom. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all. Yeah,
But the whole dynamic with Luce having fireworks, like, do you remember when they do the meeting? They're all in the meeting together.
right in that room with the
And
principal.
then she says, "Do you still have the fireworks?" She says to the mom, and Naomi Watts says, "You never gave them to me," which is a blatant
Yeah,
lie.
she lied. She covered for her son.
Yeah, and so it's like, and I think she had moments where she's questioning it, and then the father has moments where he's like,
Yeah, his father was. Yeah, he was
he's
like.
kind of like, I don't believe him. I think
Mhm.
he's kind of like, I just wanted a family, and he seems to be almost regretting it in a way. Like,
Mhm.
and she's like, "Do you even love our son?" I think she says, and he's just like, he's starting to think that he could be trouble.
Mm.
I think, and you
And
see that. And so
and
it's
he's
such an
not
interesting.
innocent. Yeah, like
No, I mean, and we don't ever get answers, and I'm
yeah,
curious to
that's the
hear
thing.
what
You
Brian
don't
would say.
really.
But Brian, just avoid spoilers in the chat, but I would like to hear what Brian says without spoiling the movie. But I would like his opinion on it because he's seen it. But it's interesting to think, like, as a parent, do you stand by and support your son? Because they don't tell us if he's lying. But
Mhm.
I wrote right here, he was really good at manipulating. I don't, and there was a scene in the movie when he says to his mom, when she's like, "I used to hide the presents, and you used to be so surprised," or
Yeah, you'd actually. He's
like,
like, I acted
and
surprised.
he's like, "I always acted," and
Yeah.
it's like, she's like, "You were so good at," or he says, "I was really good at acting surprised," and then so
Mhm.
he's clearly capable of manipulating.
Mhm.
And but I wrote, I don't think the teacher was innocent, but I don't think he
No.
was either. I think it was pretty obvious that he was somewhat trouble, that he got into some stuff, but definitely doesn't answer every question. We don't get answers to
Yeah, like I don't know personally if he had put. I assume he put the
the
fireworks. Yeah,
graffiti.
the graffiti. There was graffiti, and I guess Octavia Spencer did put the marijuana in the kid's locker. I guess, but I don't.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's what I kind of got from that. That she got him in trouble because,
Okay.
yeah, the
I
runner.
don't think either one are innocent. And then
No, they're not.
you get this parents, and it's like, how do you discipline your son? You're clearly white,
Mhm.
English, whatever, but yeah, white, and he's
Mhm.
black, and it's like,
Mhm.
there's and it's just like, and Naomi Watts is like very clear and adamant that he didn't, he's moved on. He's not the person he was when we adopted him. Like, he
Mhm.
doesn't have any violent tendencies, and it's like,
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
it's like a
He
massive.
acts so innocent in that meeting, though. He's like, "I'm so glad we're doing this."
Yeah,
Just,
it
I
was.
wrote great score. The moments with the score is really good. Um, but yeah, this is one where we could talk about it a lot. You're almost better off maybe saving it for backstage because Luce was definitely trouble. An original perspective on that type of subject matter for sure. Yeah, exactly. I appreciate that, and it might be a conversation that I would like to hear. Just a DM or a voice message on Instagram
Mhm.
from Brian because he's really the only one who's seen it, and I don't want to spoil it in case
I
anybody.
don't really spoil it, but yeah, but it was interesting with the girl, and then there's a scene towards the end. Naomi Watts follows him, You see
he's having sex with
has
his
sex with that girl that
who
maybe graffitied the teacher's house.
Maybe who met up with
Right. She said he
Naomi
defended
Watts.
party, like right.
He defended me, and then she goes, and it seemed like it was a setup because she was supposed to be there to be a witness in the meeting, if you will. And she behind her, and she's not there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just making her Octavia Spencer look crazy. And then obviously she's having issues with her sister, who comes in, I forgot that she strips butt naked in the school. And
oh my god,
yes, man.
Bro, I mean, she was.
There's some heavy stuff in this movie.
No, there is. It's not so lighthearted drama or something. Yeah, there's some heavy themes in there.
But we could probably talk a little bit more about it backstage. I didn't write anything else on that one. I just wrote good score. So, did you want to dive into kind of?
I did like it.
You caught up with the chat. Did you want to dive a little bit more into that, or did you want to talk the next movie?
I'll up to you. I can tell a little bit. Yeah, I just but sorry, this is because I didn't write notes for this one. This is the first one I watched.
Okay, yeah.
And, I remember like this. I didn't realize that was her, like in the beginning. I thought I was like, is that her daughter? Like, obviously she's a little older, but and then you come to find out, that's her sister, and she's obviously has mental issues. And
I do have spoilers off, just a heads up. So
okay, and then and then that comes out about the sister and goes online, and it's just like when I was watching, I was just like, who did what? That's what I was kind of trying to figure out. Yeah,
and you don't get the answers to that.
Yeah, and you don't, which I'm fine with.
So perceptive, and like Brian said, he's not innocent.
No, you could no.
He's trouble for sure. Yeah. You want to dive into number 6?
Sure. Yeah.
All right, this should be number 6 because that was number 7, right? Luce was number.
Yes, sir.
Right, number 6.
All right, it is gonna be Parachute.
All right, brand new movie just came out this year. We got Parachute right there. Yes. Brittany Snow directed this. It's her directorial debut. Before this, she directed a short that was about 19 minutes long, and this is a heavy movie.
Yeah, it does have very heavy themes in it, for sure.
This is not one thing I want to say is this. So the idea of this movie, it deals with body dysphoria. Somebody who is constantly comparing themselves to other people. She struggles. This was the interesting one to put on your list, and I know nobody's probably seen this one. I know nobody else has logged it on Letterboxd, but I wanted to put this on your list, and it's an interesting one because it's a woman who struggles with comparing herself to other people, and she deals with self-harm, some of that kind of thing in the movie because of the way she sees herself. She's a very good-looking female. Would you agree?
Oh yeah, like it's funny because it's like you have no body, you know what I mean? Right. Yeah. No,
so I have a lot to say about this movie. A lot. We're gonna dive deep into this. Okay. I do think it's tough to maybe talk about this without spoilers. The fact that nobody's even seen it either in the chat. It's a brand new movie, just came out. Oh,
I think I
called my eyes out on this one. A lot of people do. This is a very sad movie. I did not cry either time I watched it, but it actually went from a 4 to a 4.5 on my second watch.
Oh, okay.
So we've got another I haven't seen while on my list getting titles. So it's done. Let me say this. I've talked about this a lot. Addiction, things like this, body dysphoria, the list can go on. When in this happens in Hollywood, and I think Disney's a culprit of it. They want to romanticize things that should not be romanticized.
Yeah.
And they dumb it down, and I think especially today, they don't think that we can handle tough movies and tough themes and subjects. And Brittany Snow wanted to show that this is not a pretty disease.
No.
And it is. And I went and I did a lot of research after this one. I read a whole article, 45 minutes long. I was sitting there on the couch reading about her, and she struggled with this when she was younger. So it was really close to her heart. She co-wrote the script, and it's one of those things where she took a lot of pride in this role or in this project, and excuse me, she didn't want to dumb it down. She didn't want to romanticize it, and she wanted to show that
it shouldn't be done.
Disease, and that and when you go on Letterboxd, it's nice that all the Letterboxd reviews aren't like, it's not gay enough. It needs to, you go on Deadpool, people are like, they didn't have sex in the car. It's just like, what the fuck up? So it's nice to read actual people's reviews on Letterboxd saying like, I struggle with this, and
it's good. Yeah,
movie
the conversation going.
hit really close to home, and a lot of people just saying how like I struggle with it, and I'm glad they showed that it is not pretty. Like this, honestly, is a very ugly disease. So, and I knew this would be an interesting one to talk about because we're not a female,
right? But men can go through this too because men have men can There's such thing as like men being anorexic or shit like that, Listen, I'm a big guy. I know I've been like, I've never been like that where I'm scrolling Instagram like, I wish I had that body, I wish I had that. But you can kind of relate in maybe different ways, obviously. But
I think women definitely struggle with it more than men do.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
But I did want to say, and then I'll let you speak, and I do apologize. But my last 2 exes I dated, and I didn't date much in my 20s, but I had 2 relationships, like 27 and 30 years old or something like that. Okay. And the first one, like, she looked great, right? Like, in my opinion, she was beautiful. She was what some guys would call like thick in all the right places, so to speak, too. And I love a woman's waist, right? Like we talked about this. Some guys love legs, some love an ass. Like I love women's bodies, period. But I appreciate, like, I enjoyed her body and I was attracted to her. And she was not in the slight bit heavy, but she would, like, if she ate and I wanted to, and we were just, affectionate, and I was, around her stomach, her waist area, she would be very self-conscious. And then Sarah, my ex, once, and choose your words carefully, men to women. I made the mistake of this one. We were like laying on the couch, and I was like, but she was basically saying, she's like, I hate my tummy, she said, and I was like, or did she say? She said belly. She said belly. I hate my belly. And so I replied with, I love your belly. And I'm thinking I'm complimenting her, right? Yeah. But the next day, 24 hours later, she's like, I'm still upset. And she didn't tell me she was upset. At the time. 24 hours later, she's like, I'm still bothered by, like, that really bothered me yesterday. And I was like, what did? And she's like, you told me my belly. And I was like, huh? I thought I was complimenting her, but you don't say belly to a woman.
Like a different link, you'd say stomach.
But like you've seen my ex, really pretty skinny, but was self-conscious about her waist, and like that's how bad it can be. I feel like for women that they could still, and she looked good in the movie Parachute, but and he says to her like, ask me how you look, ask me. And so I think you can see that for women, it's a real struggle, I think, for some. Probably a lot.
I would say.
I don't think Instagram helps.
Social media does not help with stuff like that. Yeah, especially something like that. Good points. Good story there.
Did you? I'll let you. If you want to dive into spoilers, let me know. But I'm going to let you have the floor for a while and talk about your. And as soon as you talk spoilers, they'll let me know.
Okay, gotcha. I liked. So Ethan was played by Thomas Mann. I liked their relationship right from the start. They met. He was just very, very supportive off the bat, and she kind of was upfront, right? Because she. Sorry, this is what she just gets out of the hospital basically.
That's nice. That's the beginning of the movie.
So she has her hospital bracelet on, and he's like, "Oh, what do you have that? What's happening?" And she tells him kind of right away, like, you know what I mean? And then they so they're at like a karaoke thing. Then they go out to eat, and everything seems fine. And yes, she has dinner, and then I knew what she was going to have. Like, she runs to the bathroom, and she's scrolling Instagram, and I like too the shots of her every time. It's probably every time that she meets a woman. They do these quick shots of like different shots of their body, and that's her like just looking like, oh, okay, like comparing herself to the woman and stuff. So I thought that was a kind of interesting way of filmmaking. But I said Ethan, he had her back the whole time, like, you know what I mean? Until there's a scene with her mother, and I laugh because the way he just basically tells her mom to F off because she's never there for her. And she's kind of telling her mom that, I'm sick. I've been in hospitals and blah, blah. And she's just like, oh, get over it. You'll be fine. And yeah, he kind of like cussed her out. I could have left at that.
I'm going to put spoilers on the screen now.
Okay.
Because I feel like the more we get into the movie, the more spoilers. So if you haven't seen Parachute, which it seems like Caprice is the only one, this is major spoilers. Like this, it's hard to talk about this one, but I do recommend checking out Parachute. I think it's a good movie. I think
Yeah, it surprised me.
3.5 or what? 3.5 or what?
2.5. Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead. I got spoilers on the screen, so spoil away. Anybody who hasn't seen this, we're gonna talk spoilers. So be careful, be wary, tread carefully.
Okay. So I just like some quick notes. I liked how she was going through her eating disorder, and I liked how Ethan and he was going through. So his father basically seems like an alcoholic. And there was like a great Thanksgiving dinner scene.
I got that written down right
here. Like that was just, it got intense. Like the father ends up hitting him,
pushing him.
Yeah, sorry, that's not like slapping him. He like pushes him on the ground, and because there's a scene before he basically picks him up from the bar and like, drives him home, and he wants to stop, and he buys him. He do end up stopping. He buys him a bottle of alcohol and stuff. So you can see he can kind of understand diseases are different types of disease, but addiction in a way. So so that was a great scene. I liked, but there was a scene at I liked when so she goes to like support groups, and he shows up he shows up like to support her. He's with her, and they go, oh, okay, would you like to say anything? Yeah, and he's like, oh, I'm just here for support. And they're like, this is an anonymous meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like, okay.
He's like, okay.
Yeah, okay. He doesn't like get it. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, I guess you're not supposed to bring your friend to like.
That would be more like Al-Anon, where
that's Al-Anon. And then he said he wants to after. Like he's like, yeah, I started going to Al-Anon. And
yes.
Yeah, cabin. Yeah, that scene too when they're at the cabin.
You talked about the dinner scene, so I'll keep up with you. The scene at the dinner table on Thanksgiving when his dad says, "I just want you to be happy." I wrote, I think he means well, but his execution fails, and he's also pissed drunk. So, but he is getting at something there. He's definitely getting at something. Like, I want you to be happy, and he kind of starts talking about her and stuff.
Right. Like I don't think the dad came from like he was just obviously drunk, and he wasn't mean spirited or anything. But
I love when the guy from X, what's his name, Kid Cudi?
Oh, Kid Cudi, yeah.
He says, "Go do you. It's not selfish. It's necessary." He tells him, "Go do you. It's not selfish. It's necessary." I like that. I wrote, you can absolutely tell she loves him and she's in love with him, but she has absolutely no clue how to love herself first, though.
Oh yeah, you have to. Yeah.
Courtney Eaton is beautiful and talented, and I love Thomas Mann, so that helps. You can see the flaws, the lies, the manipulation, the highs and lows, the anger, the pain, the selfishness, hurt, and jealousy. I wrote, she refuses to get the help she needs. She leaves rehab and doesn't work the 12 steps.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
And as much as I hate her counselor, I can't stand it.
Yeah, I know. I saw her problem. I'm like, wow, she's in this. And
she's a terrible actress. But she's she tells her, like, you're supposed to work the 12 steps. Okay, when he says this is at the cabin. You only like being fucked by things that hate you as much as you hate you.
Yeah, that was.
I was like, holy cow! I had to like break that down and be
that
like,
cabin scene was pretty good too.
Great acting. Great performances there. So that fight between the two of them, I think they needed to get some things off their chest, but it's the exact reason why I walk away so often. They say some real nasty crap to one another. Sometimes you have to be able to walk away, cool down, and revisit it later. Yeah. And I think at one point, like, I don't think he probably, if he could take it back, I don't think he would have said, you only like being fucked by things you.
No, I think, no. Yeah. And he eventually did walk away. But yeah, I think he wouldn't have taken it back, like you said. And I like the whole little thing with the ladybug bracelet. I don't know, that was nice. I don't know. That's
okay.
Sentimental. Yeah, at the end, I want, like I said, I probably those 7 movies. I wanted them probably to end up together, but that's probably best that they probably didn't. That's what I got from it, at least.
I'm going to get into it at the end. So you're already at the end, so I've got a lot to say.
Sorry, you know you got way more notes than I do.
No, you're fine. You got to the end, so I've got a lot to say. Honestly, one of the best parts about this movie is that it's extremely raw and honest. It doesn't romanticize the disease, and it really tackles a tough subject matter. And it can be challenging to sit through at times because of her struggle. It's sad to watch, like eating out of the garbage.
Yeah, yeah.
I wrote, okay, so honestly speaking, I actually really appreciate the ending. You know, in movies like that, it's important to see characters grow. And I think for Riley, we need to see her accept and love herself. And she has to learn to be alone and how to love herself first before she can love someone else. So I think it was for the best. And I love the shot at the end and just the slow motion and everything.
Yeah, the slow is, yeah.
I have a lot more written, so bear with me. I love that the movie closes with, "What do you want to get better?" Her counselor asks her. And she replies, she like thinks about it and she says, "Yeah, I do." And I think that's super important, I wrote, because some people don't want to get better, man. Like I think everyone wants to get better, but not everyone is willing to put the work in to get better.
The work, yeah. That's a lot of work.
Maybe they would end up together eventually, but I think she had to work on herself, get help, and learn to love herself and deal with the disease. And she was going to have to do it without relying on using or lying to him.
I think they use each other.
A little bit, because he used her for money and stuff.
Right.
Brittany Snow struggled with anorexia, depression, and anxiety. Not only did she direct it, but she co-wrote it, and I think that's why the subject matter is handled in the way it is. It was personal to her, and I don't think she wanted to dumb it down, glorify, or romanticize it. And then I talked about like both my exes. I already talked about that. Parachute was my first attempt to trying to take what was in my head and putting it outward instead of keeping it in. That's what she wrote, Brittany Snow.
Oh, okay.
It was my first attempt trying to take what was in my head and putting it outward instead of keeping it in.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Elizabeth Banks was a big part of her inspiration. On the sequel, Pitch Perfect, she kind of shadowed her. So she wanted to be like her.
Okay.
Like inspiration. During COVID, she put herself through her own film school. She read books and she watched 3 movies a day in preparation to starting to direct. That was during COVID. Wow. And what I learned from Parachute is that, this is her words, what I learned from Parachute is that I have to believe in whatever I'm directing. She says, so much so that I can't stop thinking about it, where it gets me up early in the morning and I'm obsessed with it. A lot of things aren't going to be that way for me unless I have creative control over the writing of it too. So unfortunately, I'm setting myself up for a lot of work because the things that I'm writing, I'll end up directing, she wrote. Working on 3 scripts at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very
excited. That he says you have to be so obsessed with it that it wakes you up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, and that's how I was when I was so passionate. When I find something I'm that passionate about, like when I'm, and I want to.
So you go all in with things, and
I feel like I don't at the moment. I feel like I've lost. I don't have like almost like I'm dead inside. Like I don't have anything that I'm in love with, and I miss that feeling of like waking up. I've been there where I wake up and I'm just like. I would wake up in the middle of the night, start writing out ideas for workouts, like for a client, and just thinking about clients because I was obsessed with wanting to make a difference and help change lives. And then something died inside, and it's like I got to find that again.
Yeah.
So
you like that passion,
but I love that she wrote that. So. But I got spoilers on. Go ahead and talk any more, and then I'll wrap it up.
No, it's like the end, and I just it was but I think it was necessary, and I'm like you, like the slow motion when they're just walking, and then they kind of just split apart, and they go at the end. I mean, different directions.
I think it was such a genius ending because most people have seen Twisters, and we got spoilers up anyways. But there's a deleted scene, and I sent it to you on Instagram today. If you saw it, Glenn Powell and her kiss at the end.
Oh, yeah.
There's a deleted scene of that, but they actually asked them both, Daisy Edgar Jones and Glenn Powell, why do you like that it's not in there? And they were like, because the movie's not about their romance. It's about her finding her love for storm chasing again.
Yeah, because she had lost the passion.
Right.
Her friends died, of course, and
So and so I don't need that. I like romance, but it doesn't need to be in everything.
They don't want it to be happily ever after type of thing. Yeah. And it was it was good seeing Kid Cudi in there, because they obviously worked on that.
And that scene too with Kid Cudi, where her friend is the one I love.
She kind of flips out, at the bar.
Her friend is just like, you're selfish, and
she snatches her phone. She's like,
and then Kid Cudi like puts his hand on her neck and just walks away. And I think that's just it's such a great scene because he's sitting there and it's like he doesn't want to get involved, but
Right.
he doesn't want her to, because he realizes this is her best friend. So be careful. Don't say
Right.
something you're going
He's
to
supposed to have a baby with this girl.
Yeah.
You know, this girl you can't really, you know.
But be aware, like you got to be, you know, when you're upset, you start to lash. So I think he didn't want her to say something, and obviously this girl's hurting. So like you saying something to her could cause a trigger to suicide attempt, which we see. Later. So
It's I didn't forget about. Yeah, good point. Yeah, that's true too.
And that's actually Brittany Snow's favorite scene in the movie is the shot in the bathtub.
Oh, okay.
With her in the bathtub together.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. Take spoilers off. You want to dive into the chat?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
We got a whopping 3 comments. I've only been able to get through it once because of my own issues with the subject, but I still recommend. IMDb has Parachute is listed as a comedy. Absolutely not.
No.
Not yet heard anything funny yet. LOL. Parachute is on Peacock, just FYI. It is not a comedy.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes these websites list things wrong.
No, this is not a comedy. And if you go expecting comedy, some people could like be in a bad place.
Yeah, right.
The movie deals with a heavy subject matter in a heavy way and in a dramatic way. And in a brutal way, I should say. So
because the poster I could see it
looks like a romantic movie.
Yeah, it does. Always even the artwork.
It's romance, but it's more about her story.
Right. Yeah, it was good though. I do recommend.
So we would be on number 5 then.
Okay. Yep. Number 5. So that is Martyrs.
All right, everyone, we got Martyrs. Why am I laughing?
Yeah, this ain't a funny movie.
No, I shouldn't be laughing.
Oh yeah,
but I'm laughing because
I know.
I watched it last.
We just watched this. Yeah. And then, you sent it to me. I was like, "Oh, damn! It's you watch us at 2:30 in the morning."
2:30 in the morning, yeah. Martyrs Caprice. I know she gave this 5 stars. I wouldn't be surprised if she's the first comment. Yep, she sure was. Look at that, man. Oh well, LOL. All right, we got a lot to discuss on Martyrs. The nice thing is, I think a lot of people in this have seen it. But you messaged me and said, haha, I love this movie. In other words, nothing says. I haven't tried Martyrs out yet. You messaged me and said, I think you hyped, like, you made it sound like it was going to be a lot more brutal than it is. And I'm like,
it's brutal, don't get me wrong, but I guess for you, because you watched some.
I think what makes it brutal is that it's raw and real. It doesn't feel like Terrifier, where it's just like we're doing it for the sake of doing it. We're just going to try and come up with the most gruesome scenes and to shock people. Like, and I enjoy Terrifier, but like, I think a lot of movies like that, Terrifier might be more gory than this, but this is more disturbing, and I think it makes it more difficult.
The story of itself is more, the subject matter of it, with these kids, or how they start off with kids and what happens to them, and Martyrs.
So did you really, like, is this not the toughest watch for you? What's the hardest watch you've ever seen?
Gosh, see, I feel like,
because I think this for me is probably like a Serbian film is just gross.
I've never seen anything like those.
This is probably the toughest watch for me. The first time I watched this, her getting this, and this is spoiler if you haven't seen it, Corey, but her getting the shit beat up, bro. That was tough. So I had a difficult time with that.
Yeah, that was. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. This is not easy. I would not say this is easy watch at all or anything like that. So a high 3.5. Yeah.
All right. I like where this is going. We got 5, 3.5. That was all right. Okay. So for you, what's the toughest watch you've ever seen? Just something that comes to mind.
Did I see him recently? Probably just that, like, even like that one scene with the husband. That was pretty. But that was. I'm thinking tough watch. I got to cover my eyes or something. I guess that's. I don't know. Everyone's different. This is up there though. It's probably got to be in the top 5 or something.
This is brutal, man.
Yeah. I haven't seen. Oh my god. I think I know what, like.
I woke up in the middle of the night the first time I watched it, and I had that image burned in my head.
I read that. I heard people say
Caprice, and I was like, dude, I just woke up, and I like woke up to that image. She's like, oh god.
And then you had to send me the image. I was like, whoa. I was like, okay. Yeah. That was very.
I don't know if we could talk about this at all without spoilers, so I'm gonna put spoilers up. We're gonna talk spoilers on Martyrs here. Just a heads up, everyone. So, Rank. Where are we? Spoilers. Here we go. Spoilers. All right, go ahead. Spoil away on Martyrs. If you're in the chat, be careful. They're probably spoiling the movie a little bit too, because most people have seen this. So Corey, just tread carefully on this one.
So yeah, like it kind of opens up with these kids, these two little girls. It looks like they're at like a school or something. That's what I got. I couldn't tell.
I don't think that's a school. They're being
school, but like,
that. Okay.
I'm talking like with the opening credit, like not a school, but I don't know, like a orphanage. I don't know if it was like an orphanage.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I don't.
Yeah, that's not a school.
I guess the thing hanging over her bed was. So I wonder if Caprice could probably answer this for me. I wonder if she was seeing that. You remember how she's not really real, that girl. You remember in the beginning she wakes up on the bed and there's somebody over her bed, like just kind of screaming.
Okay, yeah.
That's that thing that's in the house later on in the movie that's not real. I wonder if that was in her head the entire
the
entire movie. I wonder if it was from the very beginning.
Okay, a good point.
Or if it was real, and that's why she thought she was still real in the house.
When she saw it again, yeah.
But I wonder if she just made that up if it was something she believed the whole time.
That could very well be, yeah. Because there's a few things I'm like, don't want to say don't understand, or towards the end and stuff like that. So they grow up and they leave, and I don't want to just like go beat by beat for the movie, but yeah, one day this is family, and someone knocks on the door, and dad gets
starts out as a home invasion.
Right, it does. Yeah, exactly. So I guess you don't know at the time. Yeah, when it first happens, like the dad gets blown away. Like she kills the whole family basically, and then you kind of learn that. Yeah,
the boy, like you could see her struggling with that too when she's like thinking about killing him.
Yeah, the boy. Yeah. Is that before or after she? I think she calls.
Yeah, she calls her after she kills the entire.
It was after, okay, and she's like,
but she doesn't even kill the mother because she doesn't die right away.
Yeah, she's kind of bleeding out. That was a little tough too because the little girl was like, she didn't do if the parents are shitbags like.
They had to be, and I never understand this, and maybe somebody in the chat could chime in here, but obviously they were bad. The parents, though, themselves, I don't remember them from the beginning or anything, but I'm assuming they did something.
They had to. I guess. I don't know if they were in the beginning. The flash, it looked like it's not flashbacks. I don't know what you call it. Whatever. I don't remember them. Because then there's a scene, but it wasn't him. It was someone else, right? And you see a guy come up from up the stairs, and then he goes into the kitchen, and the wife's there cooking or whatever, and he had messed with somebody. So, because it looked like you said, it was that was going on underneath their house or something.
Yeah, right, exactly. That was
yeah. So whatever I guess, but the mother had to have known, so I guess kind of.
Yeah, I'm gonna catch up with the chat just to see if they are saying anything. Hell no, I saw this year for the first time. Love Martyrs, such a great film. Love the story. Helen says, Corey, watch it and let us know what you on your next lunch break. I've only heard of one so far, Jane. Nikki says, I hope you're writing some of them down. It's so beautiful in its brutality. I couldn't agree more. I think that's exactly it. I think Caprice wrote in her Letterboxd review that it's too beautiful to look away almost. I
did see that. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Might not be the next one on my list. Might not be. Helen is just crying. Such a great film. People give me shit when I say this movie is pretty much a masterpiece, but to me it is. Disconnected also says this is a masterpiece. So cinematography for Martyrs is excellent. Serbian film is the worst. Serbian film is a great film. Magic Hands, I disagree. I agree with Joe on that. I couldn't disagree more for both of you. Corey, add that to your list too. A Serbian film. Don't do that to Corey. Don't do that. They were at a faculty. Maybe
I can't.
Yeah, add both Corey. Nope, Serbian is a hard no. The mom was torturing them when they showed a flashback.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So she wasn't on it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Home invasion. Uh-oh. Where is Huck? And didn't know you were going to discuss
Yeah,
ET.
no, it's not either.
No. Right.
No, yeah.
I don't actually have anything written down, but you had a question you said you wanted to ask me. You were like, are the people at the end like
Yeah, at the end, that's all.
like the Purge movie? And I said, I think the idea of the end is that they say there's only 4 people that have ever reached the stage. And
You mean the
so
stage of the girl, like
yeah, that reached
oh,
that stage of like
they said Mademoiselle and
Mademoiselle and
yeah, an old lady
like,
come up
but
and
there was only 4 people that reached that whatever stage that was. And so I think that's why they called. And then she obviously was the only one, they say, to ever talk about it. She's the only one to ever say what they saw, to actually.
oh, okay.
Oh, he's perfect time. We're talking about Martyrs here,
Oh,
Chris.
what's
We
up?
watched this I watched this with him, Chris. We're talking Martyrs.
Yeah.
But yes, great to see you, Chris, man. Great to see you. But yes, it's one of those things where at the end, I think they like she's the only one to ever, because she sees that. You remember they show the light, what she sees.
Yeah.
I think that's the idea, is that she's the only one to ever talk about it, to see it and then share it. And so I think that's why they brought all these people there to see this martyr, literally martyr.
I gotta look that up if that means like that.
Martyr is basically like somebody who dies for like is a martyr for their like religion, dies for their religion almost.
For like
I believe.
not a
I'm wrong, but you become a martyr. It's like
I've heard that. I guess
you're killed for your beliefs almost, in a way. I believe. See, Codebreaker says Martyrs was awesome. But yeah, no, and I know Chris and I were planning on doing with you, hopefully another. We haven't done it, but we're hoping to, since last year when I did Martyrs, Raw, and the Serbian Field. But I think Chris and I are planning with you to do a triple feature.
Yeah,
another triple feature. We're trying
disturbing stuff.
In 3 disturbing ones.
Right.
Martyrs wasn't that bad, so
I wasn't like I feel like disturbed me. Like I had to look away or something.
I got August Underground playing for us. When she reaches martyrism, that scene was one of the craziest things I've seen in the last 15 minutes. My goodness, yeah, my gosh.
What happened to her? It looked like she was like almost skinned alive.
She was skinned alive. So
that's
what Caprice, when I was messaging her when I watched the movie for the first time last year, I was like, this is really actually brutal, and this is hard for me to watch because she's getting beat up, and I think they're preparing her to like become so numb. She gets to a point where, and that's what they kind of all are. All these people that were there, and. She gets the shit beat out of her. I mean, the scene where he leaves her hanging up against the wall and he just lets her fall and then he punches her in the face.
Yeah.
And so it's one of those things where I think they skin her completely alive. And the ending shot with her body being skinned, I CGI, but let me be clear. Watching that scene, studying the human body, because I went to class, college, studied the human body. I became obsessed with muscles and bones and all that stuff. I could stare at a body and just, I became obsessed with bones, broken bones. Dude, the way her body was skinned and what they show from, I mean, I could break down all the muscles and stuff like that in the body and the bones, but I was just like blown away rewatching it. You could see every feature in her abdominal area. I mean, like it was just like I was
pretty accurate.
Head of mine. I was just like, oh my god.
Yeah. That was kind of, I don't say cool. I mean, because obviously that's
some of the best messages we've ever exchanged. Wish I was there to see your Facebook. So glad I got to hear it. And he says a French triple feature inside Martyr, and you could do High Tension, but we already did Martyr, and the big thing is we don't want to ever do the same. We want to do 3 new movies we haven't seen. So Inside is going to be one of those movies. August Underground will probably be another one, and then I'll have to find it. Maybe Porno Holocaust. The basement in Martyrs was awesome. I want my basement to be like that with all those pictures of Martyrs. Would love to bring a guest over on Fucked in the Head, I know. So I think I shared this story before. He's obviously joking, sort of. But
be careful.
He told me one day, he's like, hey man, He's like, if I ever bring a girl over, do you mind if I use your Netflix? He's like, because bro, my Netflix is all like stalkers and stalker movies.
Oh, okay.
He's like, she's gonna think I'm like a stalker, and he's like, so do you mind if I use your Netflix? I was like, my Netflix history is not any better.
Right.
But it was just really funny because he's like, dude, yeah, because he loves the stalker movies. So he's like, bro, she's gonna think I'm like gonna chain her in the basement.
Yeah.
You want to watch a movie? You got secret obsession, obsessed, swim fan. It's just like, who is this guy?
Yeah, give a double take. Yeah, like that.
I've known this guy since I was like 12.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't have to be in his basement. Don't worry about that. LOL. Yeah, but nobody's gonna comment on that because they like he's messed up. Codebreaker says ha ha ha. But yeah, it's a brutal movie, man.
Yeah, it is. Don't get me wrong. Those last last 15, 20 minutes, for sure. And the madam was all, and she shoots herself. So I don't, was that just over guilt, or was that like?
Because she says something about living or dying. She's like, I've seen. Oh, she says, I'm curious what like death, life after death is like, or something like that.
Okay.
It's such an intriguing movie. It really is.
It is.
I'm not saying it has slow parts, but like you get this whirlwind of this home invasion,
right?
And like not, I don't want to say not too much in between, but you don't like, and then the last 15 to 20 minutes.
It's about the sisters there and stuff. Yeah,
the cutting herself and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What was that thing too? Was that that was another person that
she was seeing that girl. She was.
Oh, okay. It couldn't really see her face, and she's like cutting her back with the fucking. Blade.
So she was doing that to herself the whole time.
Oh,
because that's why when she was freaking out and she's like running around and they locked themselves in the bathroom. Her friend is like, I haven't seen anything yet. Like she's thinking nothing's here. You know what I mean? Like nobody's here. What are you worried about?
So that's what I missed. Okay, because I
can't believe you gave this to poor Mizzy.
Oh, I'm good. Yeah, don't worry.
Is all your code breaker, all you code breaker. Yeah, man. So there's just a lot to break down in this one, but it's a brutal watch. It's some tough stuff in this one.
Yeah, it definitely was.
I think it's just so beautifully shot. It creeped up from a 3.5 to a 4. Not to even say I liked it even more because I really didn't, but I think I appreciated it more because I'm able to pay attention to certain things that I wasn't able to the first time I watched
it.
And I understood things that I didn't understand the first time I watched it.
I think that would be me when I rewatch this one day.
This is one I should put the phone away because when I was posting last night on my story when I was watching this, and then I got caught up on my phone. So I had seen it, but it's like you
gotta pay because it's subtitles, so you gotta pay attention to what they say.
Yeah, that's true too. Did you want to dive into number 4?
Number 4, right?
All right, I'm gonna take spoilers off the screen. We're done talking about Martyrs. We've got 4 left. Okay, all right, 4 left.
It goes up from here. So
we've got 4 left, and one of them I'm a little surprised, but we'll talk about it. But let's see.
Surprise what? That I haven't said it yet? Or?
Just kind of high up on the list. It seems like it left an impact. It's the one with the fucking quite the ending.
Okay, I think I know.
And I got another one that's coming up that nobody's heard of. So
yeah, that's true. Yeah, because I didn't even.
And it's good, and it's very heavy. So you guys need to watch the fucking movie and not listen to our spoilers on it whenever. Is it coming up right
now? No. So number 4, no, that's not that one. Which I think I know you're talking about. No, number 4 will be Kodak Chrome.
Not high enough, but okay.
Hey, listen, it's a 4. That's good.
4 stars?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I got a 4 stars with Kodak Chrome. I'll take it. Yo, I got to stand up with Kodak Chrome. You got me. Kodak Chrome.
On the back.
Man, this is my jam. I watched it twice in the last month. I watched it with my dad. This is the one that he started tearing up in at the end.
And this to me is probably the least, I would say, not the present. It's not, it's surprising. It's sad in parts and stuff like that, but it's fun. There's also some lightheartedness.
This is a pretty happy movie. I don't want to say that because of the story. I love this movie. Man. I guess. Do you ever watch something though, and you're just like, man, this movie was made for me? Like from the father-son stuff, and this movie is heavy on the father-son.
Every
beat for me. But Elizabeth Olsen, the world is not deserving of her.
Yeah.
Oh my god, my dad was like, "Who the fuck is this?" Oh my god, she's hot. And I was like, "Yeah, you think?" And then there's like a, it's sex scene at the end or toward the end. He's like, she's gonna show her boobs. I was like, no. I was like, but she does an Old Boy. You could see him in there.
Yeah, I didn't even know. You told me that. I was like, oh, I gotta go.
You probably went and fap to it. So
yeah, I might watch that after that.
Chicken, spank the monkey.
Wow. Yes. Like you and Dakota, spank that monkey.
Yeah. I did not do any of that when I watched 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's what you want to say.
Afterwards.
After, there you go. There you
go. With Dakota in my apartment.
Yeah, there you go.
No, but okay, we got off the rails. No, but my dad at the end though, this movie hit him hard. It hit him hard. And I think father-son moments hit him pretty hard too.
Yeah, there was a scene.
I talked to you about this one. My dad was watching it with me, and he's like, dude, this movie has such good acting. And my dad doesn't ever talk about acting. He's like at the dinner table in the beginning when they kind of hate each other. And
that was
this is so much harder to do than any of their action movies or any of this crap. He's like, that's acting.
Mm-hmm.
I think we know Ed Harris is a great actor. Elizabeth,
he's very good. Yeah, I really like Ed Harris.
Jason Sudeikis is a really good actor.
He's good too. Yeah, like like I said, I've used him in like Horrible Bosses and and Hall Pass and stuff like that. But yeah, he's very good in this movie.
4 stars on Letterboxd. Unhinged was great. All she had to do is say sorry. I felt bad for the dude. Poor Unhinged.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Poor guy. Laugh my ass off. Bob loves this movie. I do. Like I said, I just.
He talks it up to you too, Caprice.
I talked this movie.
Well, shut up about this movie.
It's not. I don't give a fuck. Like, you kiss my white ass. I mean.
You're werewolf ass. Yeah. People are like, what? What's going on there? Yeah. No. So I understand the city because I was telling you, like, me and my dad are like close like that. And God forbid this. So the dad is sick. You could probably maybe figure that out. And he's a photographer, and he basically has these. The film itself, of the type of film, is called Kodak Chrome, which I did.
Can I interrupt you? Because did you take Kodak Chrome, though, what they're doing, and think of? Did you put yourself in the place of physical media instead of it?
Yeah, it definitely can be.
You do that, dude. It becomes a really
it's like taking a road trip to.
By the way, Kodak Chrome was used in film, so. It was used in movies. So.
And they showed it at the end too. Like they actually, which is nice. I didn't because I thought that was like I seen those type of cameras that the father was using and stuff. I guess I didn't know what it was called.
I'm probably gonna rewatch this tonight for the 3rd time in the last month. I love this movie. I love when the father says though, this is great, and I love this quote. And it's not spoilers. I want people to hear this. His father says to him, "You ever hold a pair of fake tits in your hand? No matter how good," he says, "no matter how good something looks, you can't beat the real thing."
Yeah, and he's talking about film. He's just saying how everything's digital now, and you just can't. Yeah, the old school way, and yeah, that was funny. They took the little.
Have you ever held a pair of fake tits in your hand, Mizzy?
No.
I have.
Oh yeah.
And
do you feel though?
I enjoyed them a lot. I had a lot of fun with them, but I also I understand there is something to having real natural
versus
just like physical media versus digital, like you're saying.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
I really like tying the two together.
Yeah. Oh, I agree.
I love the soundtrack in this too.
Yeah, great music. I did write that. Absolutely. Yeah, it's just funny that dinner scene at the beginning of the first 5 minutes. And I like how he calls his dad by his name. What's his name? Ben? Is it Ben? Yeah. He always calls him Ben just to say dad. Jason Sudeikis, some told towards the end. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna put spoilers up because
it is kind of hard to talk about some of these things.
Yeah, some of these because I put some heavier titles with a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I need
All right, we're gonna talk spoilers on Kodak Chrome, but this is one I really want people to watch. But that scene in the hospital bed, did you tear
Oh
up?
God, yeah, no, for sure.
Man, to hit his dad, because his dad ain't the type to show.
No, and his dad's very like, he's like, get over it. He's like, yeah, I cheated on your
Yeah.
mother, like, whatever. She forgave me. That's your problem. And yeah, they both are very stubborn in that way, and yeah, that hospital, yeah. He's like, okay, we're getting out of here. Like, because they have to go to this Kodachrome place to develop the film before it's about to shut down.
Man,
So,
that scene's sitting there with my dad watching it. You can imagine what that was like.
that's what, and I was saying because it doesn't. I can't really, but you were closer to your father. I feel like, and
But
he's
I
kind of
actually think of a movie like this being relatable for you because you're not close with your dad. This
probably if I was in that situation,
would almost make more sense for you because you can relate probably more to Jason Sudeikis than I can.
Mm-hmm. Definitely about the being hurt and past and stuff like that. Yeah, for sure. And I love my dad. Don't get me wrong. It's just we're just not the closest, and pretty close to my mom. But yeah, maybe that's a good point too. If it was like that, trying to just you gotta get your feelings out, your past gripes and stuff like that. Yeah, that was very important. I guess it was cathartic for him, so that was good to see. But yeah, that was.
I also like. There's a scene when, for one, live lightning crashes.
Yeah. I was like, I have never heard a live, and then I said, "What are?" I was like, "Oh, I know this song. I've heard this song before. I've never heard."
I love when she's like, he's like, "So you changed for a guy?" And she's like, "What makes you assume I changed for a guy?" She's like, and then he says like, I can't remember what he says, but she says, "When do men change?" And he says, "Usually when it's too late." And I'm just like, I actually agree with that. I think oftentimes it is true. But then there's a scene in the car when he's talking about like, no artist has ever made something out of happiness. It's always, I'm like, damn, like, I don't know how much I agree with that, but he's like, every artist, anything good in life ever, like an artist always came out of pain. And
for sure. Yeah.
Interesting to
probably a lot. Yeah. Absolutely. I agree with that. Yeah, what's that? Sorry,
I'll keep talking. The look on his face after his dad apologizes, you can see his face, the way he just kind of looks up and he's just like this. And it's almost like you can just tell he waited his entire life to hear his dad say that in the hospital bed. I get goosebumps talking about it. But yeah, when his dad says, "At least I'm leaving something behind. What have you done that people will remember you for?" That hits me because I'm like, and you see it at the end when his dad is all the people he's made.
Right, at that place, they all come up to him like, "Oh my God, you're this photographer." Yeah, you can see in his face, he's like, "Wow, like I'm proud of my dad." Like, I thought that too. I like
did
that.
make a difference. And he's like, "What have you done that is going to make it? Like, what are you leaving behind?" And I think about that because I want to leave something behind. And that's why I don't just do YouTube for fun. Like, it's fun, but I actually want to make a difference. And I try to figure out in what way on YouTube in this community can I make a difference. And I made mistakes and I've done things I'm not proud of, but I want to be able to and it's tough because sometimes people look at you for your mistakes instead of
it's not fair.
But, the scene in the lobby, you can just see the impact that his dad made. I wrote.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is why I want to rewatch it right now. When he says he's leaving a voice message. Oh man, he says, "I've given up on so much in life. I want you to be one of the things that I don't give up on." And I'm just like, that shit hits for me because I'm like, man, I've given up on so much shit in life too. That's why this movie, Mizzy, I love this movie because it's just like everything hits on all cylinders. This movie. Do you ever have a movie where you're like, and it's not going to work for everybody, okay? But I want people to watch this, like, give it a chance, And I'm the type. Like some Star Wars fans out there, you watch it and then they'll get mad because you hated it.
Right.
If you hate this movie, I'm just happy you watched it. I'm not going to get mad because you hated it. I'm not a cultist. I'm not going to, none of that stuff. I just, you know what I mean? I want to hear your opinion. I want to see if it meant anything to you. Did anything work for you? And obviously,
something would happen. Yeah, there's a lot.
It's pretty high for you. 4 stars is pretty damn good.
I don't really give out 5s or anything like that in general. And it's up there for me. So I enjoyed it. That's what I enjoyed.
I wrote the ending shot with the film, and she's like, "Can I stay? Do you need,
Yeah, they just
you need some company?" But the shots of his mother with him, man, I don't think he didn't expect.
Yeah, because he was like, you were never around, but you see that he was holding him as a baby.
The way he says, "I remember every shot I ever took."
Yeah. He's like, I've taken over 10,000 pictures or whatever. He's
ending
like,
shot. I wrote the ending shots with the film. I wrote Kodak Chrome was actually in Parsons, Kansas, so it was literally in.
It is a real place. Okay.
It was a real place.
Okay.
It was also used for cinematography, and it was last developed in 2010.
Wow.
Yep.
That's crazy.
So
yeah, that and then so the father's sick and he does pass. Yeah, I thought that would because that I think but that hospital scene I think it hit me more than.
How about when he passes, man, and he says, "Okay, Dad."
Yeah, because he's like, "You want to go get pizza?" Because he's at the table looking at pictures. Yeah. Something's camera.
He says,
"Okay."
He just says, "Okay, Dad."
He says, "Okay."
And then the scene too when
the scene when
they're all holding the camera in the air.
Yeah, that was good. That was good
this movie worked. Everything works for me.
I was surprised how much I like this one. I can see
curious if you think this is number one or not, because there was some other ones that are high up on this list. But I'll be honest, like after rewatching this, it creeped up because I didn't think this was my number one, and I'll talk about it at the end. But this.
Okay. Yeah. So I meant to. Yeah, I didn't.
Don't be cheating. Don't be cheating.
I'm going to show you now. I have it up there though, for sure.
Yeah. You want to? There's nobody in the chat right now. It's dead, bro. I'm taking spoilers off the screen. If you're watching, spoilers are off the screen. The tough part about me recommending movies is I recommend more deep cuts to people. And for you, it worked. And it's sometimes the tough part about that is it's not as fun for the chat because they're not able to chime in as much.
Yeah, I get that.
Joe's always like, I've seen 98 out of the 100 movies that were recommended.
A couple, that's it.
He's seen less than half of the ones I'm recommending. So I watch some obscure titles, but some are good.
No, you do. I do give you credit for that because I would never. And listen, this is just on Netflix. You can scroll through what you wouldn't know, like if you don't look at the, read the description and you know. So
it's on Netflix. Yeah, exactly. It's a Netflix exclusive. I would love for you to get a Blu-ray.
Yeah. There's a lot of few that I wish. Yeah.
All right, we've only got 3 left, and I'm like looking, and
I think you might. I would think you might know.
I do. I'm 2 of them. I still got as your 1 and 2, so I was pretty good. So
okay. Yeah, I'm interested to see your rankings.
I'm actually surprised by the one that's on Netflix. That's what's surprising to me so far is the one with the ending.
Okay, so that's going to be the next one, number 3.
Go ahead and announce it just in case.
Calibre.
Yeah, it's either Calibre or Calibre.
Yeah, I think it's Calibre.
Calibre or Calibre. I don't know how to pronounce that, but number 3, dude. I expected you to like this, but not this much. Is it 4 or 4.5? 4.
This is 4. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I thought it would be too slow for you.
Yeah, no, I was surprised. Like, oh yeah, and you kind of said it might, so just.
I think that helped you because you went into it knowing that it was slow. So this is one that I guarantee you. I don't know if anybody
works for everybody. Anyone's seen it
on Netflix. Like,
it's on Netflix.
I mean, dude, I gotta recommend these movies to somebody, and it's like, here's the damn thing: the people in the damn chat who haven't seen these fucking movies, watch the movies. What are you? Not to be like pick on you guys, but like. If you're not watching them, and please let me know. Reach out to Mizzy and I say, hey, because of your stream, I watched Calibre. Like,
awesome,
like great, you guys killed it. Like, I really liked it, or whatever. Like, please,
you don't like it. Yeah,
it makes me want to keep doing these. If I know people are, once again, I want to make a difference, right? And so if people are watching them, I want to keep doing them. And for me, I'm passionate about this, but like, I only want to do it if people enjoy them too. Like, I enjoy doing it with just you, but. Sure. We don't need to go live to do that. So
we could just do this backstage when they're
and so I want people to watch them, and like that's the point, and that's kind of the point of me coming up with deep cuts. Like I want to bring some attention to these damn movies.
I would have never
good.
I would never know. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I was surprised how much I liked it. Yeah, and I kind of figured because you said slow. I said okay, I gotta take a little slow, but yeah. So oh, I wrote this right in the first 5 minutes. I had messaged you and I was like, I think this is what's gonna happen because something. Okay, so basically the gist was like this guy's about to get married, so he goes off on like a hunting trip with his
About to
friend.
have a kid.
Yes, about to have a kid as well. Yes, yes. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's not getting married, right?
He's married, I think,
He's
already.
already married. Yeah,
He might be, but he's about to have a kid.
but
That's
he's able to have a kid. Yeah, so he goes out with his friend to this hunting trip, and yeah, they just have like a little weekend, and so there's a shot, and they show. I was say they show a boy, and I was like, and did I not text you and say I
yeah.
think?
I didn't. When you said that, I actually, I didn't even realize that they showed the boy in the beginning.
Yeah, they just it was like a quick shot. And I was like the way they showed it or something. Listen, that doesn't deter me from not liking it or anything.
Yeah, I didn't even realize
But,
that. But that's kind of the plot of the movie. But it
yeah,
is,
I mean, I'll wait till.
but it is a spoiler. Going to this blind is better.
Yeah, oh for sure. Yeah, for sure. I'm just trying to hold on. I'm just trying to.
Anything that's not spoiler
I
related.
know. I'm just trying to be.
I watched this one with my dad. This and Kodak Chrome were back to back.
Oh, okay. And you like this?
So
as
it's
well?
funny that they were back to back for you.
Yeah, yeah, right. I know. You like this, right? You got.
Oh, this is a damn good movie, man.
Yeah, I think unfortunately I do because there are more spoilers in this.
Excellent movie.
Yeah,
I'll talk while you figure out your notes. It's definitely a slow burn, but for me, it's just so gripping. Really, from the first 15 minutes.
yeah, because something happens in the first.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. So
This is why I say when it comes to slow burns and slow movies, it all depends on the person. Does the movie grip you? Is it engaging? Because some slow burns work for some people and some don't.
yeah, just like I said, like Bone Tomahawk.
Like Bone Tomahawk didn't work for
Yeah,
you, but
it
this
was
did.
slow. Yeah, just I like the horror. Yeah, and it is a slow burn as well. So, God, I'm sorry. Just all my notes are like they are like all spoiler type.
Okay, I have Nikki's name written down on here. She's still in the chat. I think for movies that leave me with the questions, I appreciate it. If a movie leaves me with a question, I want to feel something. I always talk about leaving an impact, right? Make the viewer feel something. That's what I want. This movie does exactly that. And then I wrote, Nikki messaged me before our stream and said, at the very least, this was last week. She messaged me and said, at the very least, we'll have some good conversations. And I wrote, and at the very least, that's what this movie will do for us. Like, and really, though, a lot of the movies I recommended.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, they're good conversations. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so. I enjoyed it. So, yeah, because I have a question too. What you thought of the end, like the end?
Absolutely no spoilers on this.
Yeah,
Just in case, I'm gonna put spoilers up right now because this is a movie that I don't want. If you have not seen this and you're still in the chat listening, you need to mute us. If there's any movie on this list that you cannot know spoilers for, this will ruin the entire movie. You need to mute us. I'm gonna go ahead and put spoilers on the screen right now. If you don't like spoilers, if you don't want to be ruined, seriously, mute us for like 10 minutes, I would say, like, because we're going to talk spoilers. Wait until this is off the screen. Do not listen to us right now because this movie, it's ruined if you know what happens.
Yeah, that's the thing about this. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
that type
So
of movie.
I'm going to give about 5 seconds to jump out, mute us, whatever, come back in. We're down to 17 people at the moment, anyways. I know that's sometimes how it goes, like people out when I'm recommending stuff they haven't heard.
Yeah, it's hard.
The way it goes. And
when I'm watching this and it's not me on it, I tend to mute. So if I want to watch the movie, so I get it.
I think that's what makes the "What Did I Just Watch" a lot more fun because you guys are recommending a little bit more common titles than me. So
yeah,
that's able to,
that is true. Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, go ahead. Let's dive into it.
Yeah, so basically, like I said, they go on a hunting trip. I don't know if they're like Ireland. They're like Ireland or something. I look like, but yeah. So they go. So there's this shot. They're about to shoot a deer. Gotta get a great kill, and shoots it. Bam! The kid is right behind the deer. And he kills the kid.
Can we talk about that? Why? Look,
Why was he like right there?
That kid should have. That dad should have been.
Well, the father should have been with the damn kid.
You are hunting. That kid.
And this is hunting season, right? This
You
is
should not have been on your own. And I know he's a little kid too, but why the fuck are you standing behind a deer?
Yeah, that's just. I know, because I always assume they're used to people coming there to hunt. Like, things happen. I understand accidents happen. But yeah, why? I don't know why he was just right there specifically. Yeah, so he unfortunately shoots the kid. Then the dad later on comes up and.
Do you think the dad was going to shoot him?
I thought so, because it did seem like that. But he was taking. I won't say taking his time, but I don't know if he was like contemplating. You know what I mean, shooting him or not, and then his friend kind of intervenes. Intervenes and shoots the father.
You know what I think too at the end, because can we just dive into the end? Because there's not much. I mean, that's mostly the ending. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We got to talk about. I mean, and he was given cocaine too in the beginning.
Yes. Yeah,
obviously, some of them wanted to kill both of them.
Right.
But he tells
people in the search
my
party.
Dad assumed when he told the story, my dad assumed he told every detail. That's what my dad assumes. He probably told the whole story. So he probably told them because they're going to see that kid's brain was cut open.
And he cut out the bullet and everything.
You remember he had to cut the bullet out?
Yeah, he cut the bullet out, and he had it in his sack.
I assume when he told them the story, he told them that.
Bro, and I don't know how I feel about that friend either, because he like. I don't think he was like a fucking. So that I mean, well, towards the end too, he did do. Yeah, that's another thing. That could he kind of like pissed me off a little bit.
Go ahead. What did he piss you off about?
Oh, just about like, I'm not saying. Yeah, they admit it or he admitted it. Yeah, we
he also leaves him.
Yeah, he leaves him at one point. Yeah, that's true too. Right. Yeah, because they have like a search party and then they find the bodies because they bury them and then he kind of like disposes guts and then there's a scene where like it's like okay, either we'll kill you or you kill your friend and I don't know what I did. I was thinking I kind of wrote that. I was like, what did I do in that situation?
What did I do? I thought of you.
Yeah. Oh, same. I wrote you. Like I said, you know what I mean?
Like as a friend, do you want knowing that? Okay.
And that guy had his back too. His friend,
we're both dying.
Mm-hmm.
We're both dying, or I mean, as a friend,
they would have killed both.
I thought, they were gonna kill them both. And so, as a friend, I thought to myself, I'm like, I would probably, if we're both gonna die and I'm tied up, I can't do anything. I'd rather you shoot me and go home and have a life the rest of your life rather than us both die.
Wow, that's very big.
And I think to get home to my kid, I'm shooting you.
Yeah.
I think I have to. And I wrote what I love is I absolutely love that closing shot as he stares at the camera.
Right. Do you think that's what he got found? Like, were the police coming for him? Because at the end, he's like, wasn't he like holding the baby? And I thought like the wife's like, who's coming or something? He got like, or was he dreaming?
He says he's just awake. He can't
he's
see.
Just awake. Okay. I thought maybe
he hears the baby crying and he gets up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
but no one was like coming for them, or you thought maybe.
No, I mean he's out of the country anyway.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I think that I love the way he just stares at the camera. He'll never be the same. He had to shoot a kid.
Yeah.
And I love that the movie I love that the movie didn't end with him driving. I love that we get to see him holding his son.
Mm-hmm.
I think that
it kind of looked like that's how it was going to end, him escaping or leaving the country.
No, I thought in just the car and hands out.
Yeah,
we get to see him with his wife, and he's he's sitting on the chair next to her, and the baby cries, and he's like, "I'll get up." And my dad was talking about that too, and he's like, "Yeah, he wants to be with his kid, like he." And the fact that he killed a kid, and I think he would do everything in his power to protect that kid, like that. Yeah, that movie, man, that ending I fucking love shit like that. Like an ending like that makes you think. That is a compelling ending.
Yeah, this movie, it made you think. It puts you like straight, like, what would I do here?
It's heartbreaking.
Yeah, would you actually shoot a kid? Would you, are you gonna cover it up, or are you gonna just admit to the police or whatever? And
the one guy spits in his face after he shoots his kid, he spits in his face.
Yep.
But the one guy pleaded for his life, basically.
Yeah.
He's like, I negotiated your life. He says
Mm-hmm. It's
that ending, man. My
pretty
dad
hard.
passed out in this one, and I knew he would have
Oh,
too.
he did. Yeah.
But
Okay.
he was awake for the ending, and he was able to talk about that. So
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. I think a lot of people will like this though.
it's
Like,
that another heavy one, man.
yeah, it's heavy. It's
Yeah,
heavy. It's like,
yeah.
what did I do here? What did I do?
I'm
Like,
gonna catch up. So what would you have done? You would shoot, right? You would shoot.
oh, you're gone. Yeah, you're gone.
What?
I said you're gone. You're like what? I said you'd be gone.
Oh, I'd be gone. I thought you.
If that was what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant I'm
I
gone.
get, yeah, like yeah, I have a family at home. I guess, yeah, like you said,
I gotta get home to my kid.
yeah, and that's. Oh,
And I wonder if he wasn't tied up his mouth. I wonder if he would have said like,
it's okay or something.
yeah, or like, yeah.
Because I feel like that one, the one that got killed, the darker hair guy,
He was
he
the one who deserved it too.
yeah, oh
I
yeah,
think what made them decide him, and they weren't going to let them both live. There was no way. Is because, especially if he told them the true story, he's the one who cut that boy's. I'm assuming his.
yeah, oh yeah, he did,
If
and then he must have.
Who knows?
Yeah,
So,
but he kind of like I don't know because he killed. I feel like yeah, the father was probably about to shoot him too, and like he was behind him and shot him. So it's like I feel like he had his back or something, but like I don't know. It's very. He was more the blonde one was a little more skittish with things, and
do you think if they didn't run away when they ran,
right when the search because they thought so the dog found the bodies or whatever,
and they
and
started
they just book it, yeah, and they run, they try to escape in the truck.
yeah, do you think if you don't run and you stay there? No, they knew they had to know.
I guess they would have known, yeah,
yeah.
I mean, that's.
I'm gonna catch up with the chat if that's okay.
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna take spoilers off the screen. Okay. Spoilers coming off. We got 2 movies left to talk about. I got the chat to catch up with. Once I catch up with the chat, we're gonna get into number 2. Is this a foreign film? No, it's absolutely. It's actually.
Well, they have like a accent.
UK.
Yeah, you like UK. Yeah.
Maybe Ireland or Scotland.
I thought maybe I got that vibe or something.
Scotland or Ireland.
UK, something.
You made a difference. Marie says, I appreciate that. I've watched some. Mizzy needs some decorations behind him. Well, this is his kitchen.
Yes, this is my kitchen.
I've seen Martyrs. I live with Joe. Laugh out loud. I appreciate it. We've got John Doe Juggalo saying I found so many good movies because of these streams, and that's what it's about, man. That's
absolutely.
Just in case I see it, muted. Thank you. Muted, Caprice says. Calibre added to my list, also on Netflix. I'm so curious if it's Calibre or Calibre. The conversation is what keeps us coming back. Thank you, Nikki. Johnny's in the chat. What's up, cool kid? I hope everything's going well, man. I know you got some things going on the mind and everything. I just hope things are going well for you, man. Hang in there. We're all thinking about you. Nikki says, hey, Johnny. He says, hey, Nikki. And then Prince says, Johnny. And then we got a crown. Then we got, hey, Johnny. You like my storytelling here?
Yeah, all right.
Justice, hey, Johnny. Then we got Prince saying, no. I'm a fan of Ed Harris. Thank you for including Kodak Chrome tonight. Maybe
you've seen it.
Jeff, have you played Monster Hunter before? And Jeff. Okay, all caught up with the chat. We've got 2 left. This is always the part where you say, is there any surprise? Do you want to know something?
Yeah, I feel like you think
my number 1 and 2 for you are exactly what are left.
Okay.
I got your list almost dead on. I know your taste, buddy.
All right, wow.
Especially after rewatching, I was pretty close. Not dead on, but there are multiple.
Yeah, it might be like switched or something.
I'm so curious if I was right on your 1 and 2. We will see which one is your 1 and what's one's yours 2. But
they're both really, really well. I loved both. Okay. But so number 2 will be The Cure.
Hell yeah, I got it right. All right, we got The Cure. Now I think some people in the chat will be able to chime in with this one.
Yeah, I think maybe some people might have seen this one.
Fish isn't here tonight, but I think he's supposed to see that or has seen it. I know Tim's seen this one. He's a big fan of it. Is this a 4 or 4.5 for you?
So this is a high 4, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. 4. All right. The Cure.
Yeah, no 5 stars.
Okay, no 5 stars. That's okay. Maybe a 4.5. We'll see. Now discussing The Cure. All right. Go ahead. Dive into it, man.
God. So I know I'm always like a bullet points. Yeah, I was like we've talked about this movie for a long time, and this is one I actually owned about a while back. It's never like you gotta watch this movie. And I'm very glad I did. So basically, it's a boy, Brad Renfro. You can tell he's had like has a troubled home life. Gets get picked on in school and stuff. I was surprised by this word being thrown around about 10 times in the movie.
Oh man,
They would not do that today.
they throw out. I'm just gonna
The
say,
gay slur, obviously. Yeah,
man, they throw out like they
yeah,
call each other
yeah,
bags and
yeah, yeah,
faggot like
yeah.
40,000 times in this
Yeah,
movie. And
yeah. It's like
what
they're
else? And I was like, man, this is my type of movie. There's
yeah.
no PC at all in this movie.
No, yeah. It's only PG-13, so it's
For
not like
me, I was that word as a kid, so
yeah. Oh, yeah.
I
Like
watched this
all of
movie.
us.
But dude, this movie got me hooked on Butterfingers.
I had that. I said The Cure is sponsored by Butterfingers.
Yeah.
That is promoted throughout the movie.
Oh man, Marie would like this movie. She would really like this. Joe, how have
Oh,
you
really? Oh, I'm
enjoyed
sure
The
Joe's seen
Cure?
it. Yeah, I wonder if Joe is.
Another
Yeah,
great Ed Harris's Milk Money with Melanie
I
Griffith.
remember that. I remember Milk Money.
Oh wow, I haven't seen this since I was a kid. This is a good one. Hell yeah, this is a good
Yeah.
fucking movie. This is one of my favorite movies as a kid. I was obsessed with this movie.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I had seen it as a kid. Like I would have, probably appreciate it a little more. Um, yeah, so yeah, he's a bad home life. Like I said, picked it on school. He's outside playing one day. He hears like this kid behind him, behind the fence. And you come to find out that he's sick. He has AIDS, and it's very funny because back then, which I'm sure is still is said today, but the big thing was, oh, you're coughing. I can catch that. I got to be careful around you. Or then he's like, oh, we're divided by a fence. It's okay. You can't catch it. Like, and I think people still probably think like AIDS is like that. You know what I mean? But it's just nice to see. So yeah, then they end up hanging out, playing and everything. And I like how he looks like he's about 2 years older than him. I would say 2 or 3 years older.
Yeah, they're around the same age.
Around the same age, so but he just like he fucking because the kids is bullies in there and they're like, oh, you have AIDS, you're gay, blah blah blah. He just fucking defends him. I really liked that because you could tell he was kind of like a loner. Like I kind of was too. I had a very close group of friends growing up, and he just kind of like took him under his wing and really looked out for him and stuff. And they basically are trying like the parts where he come up with a cure for AIDS. And
Is that why you texted me and said go drink a water with a bug and a leaf?
yeah,
I knew
but I
it.
think I did just
I replied with I'm not. I don't have
I think you
AIDS.
said you were dehydrated or you were
I
thirsty.
said I don't have AIDS.
Yeah, they were like, I don't have AIDS. I was actually watching at the time. No, I don't have AIDS. Yeah, so like one is like, oh, it's, the candy, or so they're going, buying all this fucking crap ton of candy. Oh, I'm sorry. That one thing was gross with the Butterfinger. What he like melts it to eat it for dinner? That was his dinner. It's like melted Butterfingers and orange soda. Oh, the kind of dinner is that? I was laughing. Yeah. So and then they kind of go like on a road trip. Let's say right to Louisiana.
Yes, Louisiana. But yeah, and that's where like for me when I rewatched it, I give this is like a math. It's five stars for me. It's my childhood. It is literally my childhood. On one of Tim's streams way back in the day, 36 years ago, he did a stream called like biggest fans of a movie. And so Nick, Movie AV Impulse, actually named this one. And that's when I was like, you got some competition, bro. I was like, I'm a big fan of this movie.
Yeah.
And you know how like, okay, so Mel's talked about this with Girl Fight. Which Criterion just put out. And she talked about how like you'll recommend a movie 1,000 times to somebody and nobody will watch it. And then all of a sudden Criterion puts it out and everybody and their mom is like, I got a good girl.
Everyone's posting it. Yeah.
And it's like and it's like I've been telling you guys about this movie for 50 years and nobody wants to watch it. It's like until finally a boutique, which I'm appreciative of. Sure. I appreciate that a boutique label put it out, but The Cure, for example, I told a lot of people about this movie too.
This is one of the first ones I remember you telling me about.
And and finally when Mill Creek put it out,
Yeah,
it
they put out,
opened the gap for a couple people. But it's like, and
yeah.
I'm grateful that these labels are putting out movies like this. But I've definitely had a couple on this damn list that I
Mhm.
tell people about all the time, and nobody watches it. And then all of a sudden, watch, I'm gonna call Johnny out, and I don't know why I'm picking on Johnny. He's not even, he wasn't even here most of the night. But let's just say I recommend a movie to Johnny 50 times. He don't want to watch it. All of a sudden, Arrow Video finally puts it out, and I'm like, he's like, oh, I gotta pick that up. He watches it. I'm like, Johnny, I've been telling you about that for 62 years. Like, what the heck? And so, I mean, there's a lot of movies like that, I think, where people just, it goes under the radar until a label puts it out. And it's like, take movie recommendations. And I'm not saying you have to watch them because some things aren't going to work for you, but sometimes you find a hidden gem. And I
Yeah.
mean, it sounds like there was at least 3 or 4 here for you.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like,
So Kodak Chrome and above were 4 stars. So
yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
that's 4 gems.
Yeah.
You
No,
didn't hate any of them. So
no, and yeah, that's the only one that has a physical. Because like I said, I have this. No, I didn't. No, I didn't hate any movie on this top 10. So
I love doing these streams because of that, and that's why I'll keep doing them, and that's why I enjoy them. And I'll do a game night eventually, potentially, but someday. But yeah, it's just one of those things.
yeah, I get it.
We'll see what happens. I just book these things up, and I just enjoy doing them, and I'm like doing game nights too. You got to put together a panel of 9
It's a
people.
lot of work. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to actually
Really
put
manage it,
more
so,
work into it. So it's just kind of like you just kind of get sick of it. And you're just like, I don't know, it's not fun for me that much. So these are fun for me. I like doing them. I don't care. I mean, I know a game night's going to get 4 times the views, but I don't do it for that.
Yeah.
I do it for the conversation.
That'd be other people that wouldn't do these and just.
But I will say there was one person that reached out to me, messaged me, and said some very nice words and just talking about the game nights and wanting it back and receiving messages like that. And they're probably watching right now. And I just want to say, like, receiving messages like that is so nice because take Tim, for example. Every day he's getting nasty comments on his YouTube.
Yeah.
It's just like negativity. And I'm like, it's annoying and it's frustrating. And it's just, so I appreciate getting the opposite. You get a nice message from somebody. Hey, I like your game nights. Please go back and do some of them. I really like what you do now, but like your game nights. And trust me, those messages to Johnny, he creates content. Jeff creates content.
I'm sure.
Watching, I'm telling you, those comments mean a lot to these people that are watching. Basement Blues, Dave out there watching, Tony P, if he's watching on a replay. Getting those comments, Joe in the chat, it means something to people hearing, because those negative ones don't feel good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, God. And you could have, I'm sure it's 1 negative and 30 positive, let's say, and that one will just
be like, damn, dude, this
fucking
ain't
sticks. Yeah.
negative
Right. And then, yeah, I can see why you say, like, yeah, it's.
And then the community complaining about artwork, and it's just
it's very negative lately. It's very
Ellie's another example. Always in the chat. She messaged me on Instagram, and this was before she got to my message last week saying, she always watches on the replay, like without fail, just a huge supporter. You know what I mean? And like stuff like that is like Ellie. I don't even know if she understands that her watching and supporting probably keeps some people going. Like, you know what I mean? Like one of many people that will keep you going and want to do what you do.
Yeah. Oh, I can totally understand that. Yeah.
And I don't care saying the same person every single week. I name her, I name you, I name Joe. I don't care.
No,
I'll name who I want to name.
It's your channel, right? You do what you want.
People. If I got something to say,
of course, the new people, new people and stuff. But
if I don't like you, I'll tell you.
That's true. That is true. Okay, so what I was saying.
Talking about Butterfingers for dinner.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Yeah, it was just sad seeing, like, I guess this one was always working and stuff, and she's like, yeah, make dinner for yourself. But the ice just heats up Butterfingers. So. But yeah, they must have sponsored this movie or something. But yeah, 30 years later, there's still no cure for AIDS. Man. I mean, this was like 95, this movie, I think. Yeah, it's just that sucks. Oh my
god. You want to dive into some? I got some stuff to say, and it's kind of hard to talk about without spoilers as well.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put spoilers up here. I got a decent amount I wrote down for this too.
Because I will say this is. You said, "Oh, you might cry or get a little teary-eyed." This is the one and only I did. I'll say that.
Oh, you didn't tear up in the hospital at Kodak Chrome?
I get tear up, like have tears coming. I got emotional, but probably
Okay,
didn't
yeah.
tear up. Yeah, actually did. Yeah. But go ahead,
I
so.
wrote, so spoilers for The Cure if you haven't seen it. I wrote, you can just see how much the mother absolutely loves her son.
Yeah,
She wants to enjoy every second because she knows how the time is limited. The scene in the grocery store, I don't know if you noticed this, but did you notice when she kisses her son's friend on the head, he just looks at her? He probably never experienced that kind of love or affection from his own mother a day in He looks
that she
just kind of like rubs his head and kisses him.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just like, I think he's just in shock.
In shock because it's like, yeah.
What is that? I don't know.
That.
The scene on the stairwell with the mother just breaking down crying, man, you can just feel her pain. Like, you just get it. You get it. This is the movie that made me fall in love with Butterfingers when I was a kid, I wrote. Scene after her son. Okay, so this is a major spoiler. If you're still listening, I hope you mute us right now, okay? Major spoiler for The Cure. But the scene after her son passes away at the end and she sits at the light and sees the mother holding a baby. I wrote, it's like realizing you're just never going to hold or see your baby boy again.
I didn't. Okay, so I know you're talking about. And
she's sitting at the light. There's
I know, and I you know what I picked up on that? Oh, that'd be Bob behind her honking. Like that's Bob.
Yeah, well, you gotta ruin a moment, man.
Sorry,
you gotta ruin a moment. But it's interesting to say.
Yeah, I didn't think of that.
What someone's going through.
Yeah,
in the car ahead of you or something.
No, yeah, true. But I didn't. Yeah, I guess I saw that, but I didn't put that together at the time. Yeah.
Yeah, you were thinking I'd be honking your dad.
Yeah.
I wrote, one of the most powerful scenes for me in any movie ever is that mother to mother moment, man. I wrote, damn.
Oh, that mother was like, you
that scene when she grabs
her and like tracks her against the wall.
Holds her up against the wall and she says, he just lost his best friend. Bro, that scene, it is one of my, I just think it is one of the most powerful scenes, and I just teared up. There's so many scenes. You tear up in the hospital, and you tear up at the house when she grabs her, and then I wrote, you're going to come around, visit everyone.
Yeah, that was sweet. Yeah.
He replies, 25 cents.
25 cents, because she was twirling her hair.
But I wrote, did the shoe break you?
Absolutely, that's what I teared up at. I knew he was gonna die, all this shit, and they showed him in the casket. It was sad, of course. And then there's a scene where he's walking and he has one shoe on, one shoe off, and
she doesn't say a word. She just there's a reason for it.
Yeah, that's what got me. That shoe scene.
Shoe breaks everyone.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
the shoe. People are like, just a shoe, a pencil, or whatever.
Right. What it was just an inanimate object. Let's say it wasn't. But earlier because obviously it's a callback. So earlier there's a scene, and and he's like, "You think of me?" Yeah, he gives him the shoe. Like, there's more. Yeah, think of. I don't know, but yeah, it just tore him. Yeah,
he puts it in the lake, with
at the end too is his shoe. He took his dress shoe.
Little river.
It just floats down the river. Yeah. Oh man, but I like the little adventure in that too. It was like that water, they're and then they're on the boat with the hitching a ride with these people. Yeah, I like all that too.
Angle.
Yeah.
Angle.
Oh yeah, the tattoo.
Angle. Yeah. It's like, I know now.
That's funny. It's like, regrets. Meet the Millers, or we're the Millers.
Man.
That's fine. No, it's just their friendship, man.
That mother, you gotta just.
Yeah, she was like mother of the year. Jesus, like,
bro.
And just like the scenes when
I think she loves her son's friend. She.
Oh yeah. Because I'm sure no one wants to play with him. No one, he's sick.
She knows now that he's gone. Like that's why she says you're gonna come visit, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, I know you're crying right now. I get it.
No, my nose is right.
I'm joking. It's all good. Do you want to catch up with the chat?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Oh, okay. Peter Horton. He directed a movie called Amazon Women on the Moon. Yeah. Prince, small to medium part. Yep, exactly. Yeah, I was gonna tell him that too. Yeah. Rest in peace, Brad Renfro. Gone too soon. Yeah. Priest Melody of Horror. Johnny Holland. The Cure is a damn good film. I couldn't agree more. Yep, it's that Amazon on the Moon from the 80s, I believe. What Bob really means is Dakota Johnson is a great actress. Johnny, you'll love her. Only I know better. Johnny. I, for one, really enjoy this. Johnny's going to get all 10 Dakota Johnson movies on his watch.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, my God.
Yeah. Man says, I, for one, really enjoy this. Yep. Jeff says, I've always trying to spread that positivity. Yeah. No, I think, Mizzy and I talk about Jeff quite a bit, and a lot of people talk
Oh,
about
yeah. No, those ones that always,
it's always like highly.
Yeah.
Jeff, you know how, like, not that, people are going to run with this here, but you know how sometimes, like, some people talk behind their back. It's, they're just somebody that is one of those. Sometimes there's people where you're like, yeah, that's not like, they're just one of those people. Jeff's. I've always heard people say good things behind his back.
Absolutely.
Him and Johnny.
Yeah, 100%.
Now this guy, on the other hand, Johnny, you got to give her a chance or 10. Come on. Prince says, there we go, Johnny. It makes a huge impact on this community. It does. We got Cody.
Hey, Cody.
Who loves movies says, what's up, everyone? Don't forget to roundhouse kick that like button. What's up, Cody? Oh, we're talking about The Cure. Cody loves The Cure.
Oh, okay. Very nice.
Yeah, Cody's a big fan of The Cure. Nice. Lepke, Cody, Johnny. There's a lot of highs back and forth. Hey, John Doe, Cody, my darling. Butterfingers presents The Cure.
Yeah, for real.
He loved The Cure. See, I told you. I knew he was. Caprice, Holland, Cody. So out of everyone in this entire world, I feel like Cody, and I've seen a lot of 90s movies, but I feel like Cody's the hardest person to try and find a 90s movie that he had.
Good point.
Already seen. That motherfucker has seen every damn 90s movie alive, dude. Oh, man. Mizzy survived the 10. Huckster, what's up, Huck? Johnny, is there a pool scene with the Butterfinger? No, there's not. Prince, howdy, sir. There's no point of negativity. No, there's really not. It's just, it really is just, it spreads like wildfire, man.
Oh, unfortunately, yeah.
Frustrating. Johnny, we got Caveman saying it's like a disease. It spreads, and I think it rubs off on other people, and it's hard not to sometimes. And it's just like, and then other people start to talk about it, and it just kind of like spreads. So, Huck, we were talking about you earlier, home invasion.
Yeah.
Power positivity rules. Hey, Huck. And look, we're all guilty of being negative from time to time. That's from that. But just choose positivity, like you guys say. So, hey there, Jane Doe, Caprice, Holland, Caveman, and Jeff. All right. Take spoilers off the screen. Sorry. We got one left. I wonder what it could be.
Hey, yeah, you could be shocked, right?
Going to be 1994's Lion King.
That probably would be number one if it was on my list.
He did some scary home invasion shit for ET. It is not Lion King, but I knew it. I predicted it as number one, and I got it as your number one. We'll see how close it was. I've been writing them as I go. Is it a 4.5 star?
Yes.
It is 4.5.
Yeah.
So it's a 4. So we had the same rating on this one.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah.
There we go. Wow. So you really like this one. I did. You were gonna dig it, man. I thought you were gonna enjoy it.
I mean, I never heard of this. I'm sure most people have never heard of this.
It's got one of my favorite directors, George Clooney.
Exactly. He's a good one.
He can direct me, brother. He can direct.
Yeah, no, he can.
And this one is very heavy.
Yeah, it's called the Inevitable Defeat of Mr. and Pete.
Yep.
A little funny rhyme title that rhymes. Yeah.
And this movie will break your heart.
Yeah, that's pretty sad too. It's
That's what he said. Dude, I like you're just like sad.
Yeah, it's all there's nothing, like I said, Kodak Chrome had some parts that
and the Cure had
but
outside of that, everything else is
it's pretty
even this, there's no laughs.
We need all comedies next time or something.
Yeah. I don't know about that. I can't do that. I don't even know.
I wouldn't expect nothing less.
I don't even know what comedies are.
Right. What's a comedy, right? Man. So yeah, this one is so starts off this kid, you can tell pretty much dirt poor. And he has a friend, a little Asian boy named Pete.
One of your favorite actresses.
Jennifer Hudson. I haven't seen her a lot. Oh, she was like on the Dreamgirls and
She's
stuff
the
like
mother
that.
in this.
Yeah, she's a mother. She's addicted to heroin. It was a different role for her. I give her credit because she, coming from American Idol, to do that. But yeah, it was very good. Yeah, it was very heartbreaking.
It's on Amazon Prime, everybody.
It is on the sorry, it's on the
Prime at the moment. So
yeah.
Capri says, "How do you not have clinical depression after this list?"
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna curl up in my bed after this.
I reckon he did. I'm watching X-Men First Class today. The X-Men marathon begins before the X-Men.
There you go.
Nice. Oh my gosh, Capri's cracking me up over here with that one.
Yeah, wait till I'm sure you wait till he gets to your list, Capri. It's good. I was gonna run out of like depressing. Yeah, I guess you'll never run out of depressing movies.
No, I got your next list. I've got a lot of one particular subgenre.
Okay, interesting.
Like you missed out on a lot of 80s and 90s classics.
I have. We were talking about that.
My list is gonna have to be reshaped because I got 26 movies already for your next.
Oh,
list.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, you haven't seen freaking half of Stallone, Jean-Claude Van Damme, or Arnold's filmography,
No.
or Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, that is true.
I was like,
That's
man,
true. There's something out there to catch up on.
Freaking bangers to put on your list, my friend. All right, back on the
action. Yeah. I know it's hard. Like, so, his mom's a heroin addict. And it's hard to like. She was just like shooting up in front of him and shit. And this kid, I give him credit. That the Mister, that's his name. I guess it was his real name. He said in the movie too. It wasn't like a nickname or anything. So I won't worry because it was at one point.
Okay, it's not the actor's name you're saying.
No. I mean, in the movie.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, that's his real name. Because you think that'd be like a nickname or something. So like, he has dreams of being like an actor, which I think I kind of relate to that a little bit. He likes Fargo of all movies. Like he has like a poster on his wall, and he like does a little speech, like a scene from the movie. Basically it's him and his friend Pete. His mom's an addict. I guess I didn't understand. It's like I guess cops like I feel like they go around. They live in the projects and they round up people or something. And it's like, she just got arrested for doing heroin in her house.
And they hid.
Yeah. And he hid him.
Yeah. So I want to just tread carefully before we get to too much spoilers. I mean, but that's like he said. That's the story. I mean, him and his friend Pete. They hide well. Because the cops are looking essentially for the kids that live with her when she gets arrested. And so they hide so that they don't get put in a foster home or whatever it is. And then they wait till the cops leave and they essentially just like stay there.
They're like on their own for months. Like
they're thinking 3 days.
Yeah, they think a couple of days and it turns out to be like you find out after the end, like
so 2 months. It's this kid who's probably not even 13 years old and
he looked like
taking care of his friend who's 10 or 11.
Right.
Who gets sick and everything. But yeah, now we're gonna get into spoilers. I don't want to get
fending for themselves and having to get food and then too I said that scene where Jordan Sparks, I guess she's a friend and I guess she was like because when we first they're first to do she's like I guess she's like making out with a married guy or something. I don't know if she was like I mean it looked like
Jordan Sparks.
Yeah.
By the way, it looks good in this.
Yeah, she looked good. Yeah, for
she
sure.
Got a body on her, buddy.
He missed her in American Idol. Huh? That's all I know.
Yeah, she had a body on her though.
Yeah. So she's like friends with Pete. Not Pete. I'm sorry, Mister. She like helps him out. She's always bringing like burgers and because they have no food and it's hard.
Yeah. Which I want to talk about one of the scenes. I'm going to put spoilers on the screen now. Okay. So we're going to talk spoilers for Inevitable Defeat of Mr. and Pete. This is on Amazon Prime, but it could leave. So if you're trying to watch it, I would watch it sooner rather than later.
These things.
There's a scene at the end where she says, "I'll be back," and she never comes back.
And she never comes back.
How do you feel about that scene?
I was a little heartbroken.
It helped him a lot, but why didn't she come back?
I don't know. It's like I guess
why did she lie?
Yeah, she lied, and I guess she moved out of her apartment. She had like a nice apartment and everything, and she just up and left. And she was there for him a few times. There's a scene where he gets like beat up because he goes to this convenience store and he kind of does he steal the first time or something? And then
yeah.
So and then he comes back. So they find this turkey. Like, okay, so I'm sorry, there's another scene too. Pete, they're in the car with Jordan Sparks, and Pete sees his mom, and his mom's also an addict, and he starts. You can see him crying in the back of the seat of the car, and she's like, "Oh, do you know him?" And he's like, "Yeah." And then it's like, "Oh no, I don't." And he like covered for him because that's you could tell he didn't want him to tell Jordan Sparks that's my mom. You know what I mean?
Yeah. In
So,
this scene too with the child molestation, no, there's not a scene of that, but you could see he's like, yeah, she makes me take back.
oh, the neighbor, yeah. Oh
Yeah,
God.
she makes me
Oh,
take
she
back.
fucking smacked the neighbor. I was like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, he did.
Love that.
Yes, sir.
I know when she pulls, she's like, yeah, no, yeah, and then you see him like getting ready to take a bath or whatever, and yeah, that was pretty hard.
Yeah,
He's like, why didn't you tell me? Like, why didn't you tell me?
right.
So yeah, there's this scene. I want to get back to.
But her, why did she? Well, to you, why do you think she lied? I think she knew she was gonna lie. I think in that moment
She was gonna leave.
she wasn't coming back.
Mm-hmm.
But I was surprised. I actually forgot she didn't come back. Bro, this was a 4-year, which is crazy for me. Little like fun trivia. I watched this the same exact day, 4 years to the date later. It just so happened to be that way. That's why I love Letterboxd because it shows that.
I'll tell you that stuff.
I watched it the same day, 4 years later.
Holy crap! Wow.
So maybe next year for 4 years from now.
There you go. 4-year anniversary every time. Yeah, watch that. Watch this movie.
But yeah, that was sad that she left, and you don't really realize how long they've been on their own.
No, you're thinking, okay, a week or two or something, and that's
the ending
very long. Yeah.
But I wanted to write. Who was the cop? Who played the cop, by the way, in the car?
He has like the longest type of name. He was in like Suicide Squad. He was an alligator kind of guy.
Okay. He's a really good actor.
Yeah.
But
Anthony Mackie was really good in this too. He didn't have a lot of scenes.
He's really good in this. And that scene I didn't write it all down because this was one of those like I didn't take as many notes because it was so long since I had seen it. So it was more like I was just kind of taking it in, dude. I was kind of getting lost in the moment watching it.
Yeah. But in that cop car scene.
But that cop when he says, "Keep your head up."
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's just like, I think the kid says something to him like, "I can't. It's so hard."
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Keep your head up. I've been where you are," or something like that.
Yeah.
He's just, and the cop's not trying to be bad. If anything, he's helping these kids.
Yeah, he's kind of getting. I mean, he did need to be recognized to be on his own. Like with
and then I wrote that whole ending, man. The scene with the cop, just everything. So the scene with the mother, I wrote, "Damn." That's all I wrote. Damn, bro. I was getting choked up watching at the end of this.
Yeah.
The mother too, when she's like, I thought they
was here the whole time or whatever.
They told me that they went and got him. That's why he didn't come back. Because she's like,
why didn't you come back?
Yeah.
Why didn't you call? Why didn't you see where he was? Yeah.
And I didn't want him to see me until I was
right. That was kind of I like that, but
it seemed like she was truly better.
Yeah, I think she kind of meant that too when she said that. Like, I don't want to see me like
right.
They give me, yes,
Man, she did not get choked up talking about that ending. But did I do decent on the two racial movies?
Yeah, for sure.
This isn't even about race, really.
No, but I like that it was like a black kid and an Asian kid, and they just like he was like he looked like he, took good care of him. You know, what I mean, he did the best he could. They were like there was a scene they were splitting like a can of corn to eat, or to eat.
Dude, every day, every day,
like,
cabinet,
just looking
like George Tillman, dude. My lowest rating of his is Soul Food, and it's like 3.5. Well, I guess Notorious. I have to rewatch Notorious because I haven't seen it in like 17 years. But so we'll see where I feel about Notorious when on a rewatch. But yeah, well, I have to rewatch Notorious just to see because all of his other ones, I've seen every one of his movies, but like my lowest rating and I liked it was Soul Food. So he's him and like that's two of my favorite directors.
I really like. I wish I was like I looked this up like if it had a physical and it doesn't. I haven't seen it, so
no.
Unfortunate, because I really like this one.
But yeah, it's on Prime. But yeah, so what did that ending mean to you? What did you take from all that? I mean,
like, and then there was this, when the mother comes back and all that. Or...
He's like, oh, why is he's got like a black eye or something? And it's like, Yeah, but he did it to protect another kid.
Mm.
Because in the, he's like, he protected that other kid. He protected
Yeah.
Pete. Remember, he's like,
Oh yeah, because he meets up
when
with him in
Pete
the
goes
place.
to give him a hug, and he's like, not here.
Yeah, not here. But
Not
he
in
goes,
front
"What
of him.
happened?" Yeah, I was gonna say. And he goes, "Yeah, show me who, like, basically show me who did this."
Yeah.
So I assume he must have fought whoever was picking on him or whatever.
Such a good movie, man.
Yeah, and just how he took like his mother's hand, because he like cusses his mother out like in the beginning. He's like,
Yeah.
"You're a piece of shit. What the fuck are you doing?" Like,
I gave you 3 movies. You said that father-son moments don't really do it for me. I gave you 3 mother-son movies instead. So I was like, okay, I listened to people. I
appreciate
this
it.
list, man. I put hard work into thinking how people will feel, and I'm wrong. Sometimes I was wrong. 2 of Joe's, but for the most part, I'm like, what are they gonna like? And some people are a lot more difficult. Like Ashley,
Sometimes it's hard for people. Yeah, if
she's seen a lot, but
you get to know someone.
And then the second list, you always get to know people a little.
Yeah, I think it would be better for most people. Yeah.
Well, this didn't work for you. This did. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, but it's just even so like I said, him grabbing his mom's hand to hold towards the end, and so like I said, he's like, what the fuck, you're a fucking junkie, basically telling her in the beginning. You're in the like there's that scene you told me about the scene. I'm like, what? Like you said, he goes to the bathroom and sees his mom.
Oh my god, sucking a dick
on the guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, what are you doing? Suck a dick in the bathroom, and she smacks him, and I was like, ooh, that was laughing. Yeah.
Not the way you just said it.
No.
I was like, holy shit! I forgot how heavy some of the themes.
Yeah. I have not. It's funny. I never. And it sounds great.
It's crazy because the chat, like, it's. I'm gonna take spoilers off the screen right now, but it's so funny because the chat, nothing we've talked about tonight is like outside of Bone Tomahawk. I'm looking at the list in Sunshine, Bone Tomahawk and Sunshine and Martyrs, 3 movies, and that's all that
people have heard of, probably. Or
3 out of the 10 that people were able to chat about.
Yeah.
So it's like I get it's kind
of
chat. Yeah, it's kind of boring without it, but I'm like, I just.
But it's good. It's turning people on to different movies they've never heard of.
Yeah, can only watch it.
I'm sure no one's heard of this
same
movie.
Day during the Summer Olympic years. Yep. Brian says that's funny. Brian is Optimus Amazon Prime. Yep. That's where you can watch. And yep. Thanks, guy. Dracula Horse says I have to get better with my letterbox. I've really tried to not just long but also review on it, which wish it had everything I've seen, but oh well, starting fresh. So for me, like if you go on Letterboxd,
I don't review. You don't review right now.
Ever since January 1st, 2020, I've logged every single movie I've watched except for one that
you can't remember the damn day.
Yeah. I never remember the day. One movie.
Scout's Guide, right? Was it Scout's Guide?
Scout's Guide to the Zombie.
You won't put like I know it was April.
And I did forget to log 5 Feet Apart once, but it was like 2 weeks afterwards, and I ended up like trying to figure out the closest date that I could think of. And even that bothered me for a little bit. But January 1st, 2020 is the date I started using Letterboxd, and I've never forgot to log them.
Yeah, I've only started using it.
I will not.
I review. I don't review. I just log, but I do log.
I am going to start writing reviews. I think next year I want to, because I do see a lot of people write reviews.
Yeah, a lot of people do, and I appreciate them too, because
I love Letterboxd, and
I just do. I talked
to Allie about Letterboxd. She's a big Letterboxd fan. I love that, like people like Allie and you now, and Ashley, and I'm trying to think. Definitely not Johnny. Caprice is getting.
Johnny's been on there. He does right. I mean, I don't know if
Johnny went like 6 months or 7 months without logging a single movie.
Oh, because I don't see anything new.
I showed him how he was writing a rating for a movie, but he was never going to the review or log.
Oh, so
with Letterboxd, let's go through a Letterboxd tutorial for everyone right now. This is an iPhone, and I know Android's different, but I'm going to full screen so you guys all know.
Right, so we're a little different with certain things.
So we've got, this is the front page right here. Somebody watched Untold Story earlier.
So we just watched Trap.
So you got popular friends, popular this week. You got new from friends right here. And if you have the special program, you can do like
you can change like the posters
for Trap.
Which is cool. I like, because I've never seen that poster for sure.
But you can check with this lightning button down here, right here. Where is it? You can see like what people have been just added this to their watch list,
Mhm.
blah 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 blah, and then a review and so on and so forth and stuff like that. So like Zombie Girl liked Hammer's review, so like what they like, and then you click the profile button, and it's going to take you to favorites, which are my favorite movies, and then you got your recent activity, and I log everything. If I don't log something, there's a good chance it's because or if I don't have a rating, it's because it's on somebody's watch list.
Oh yeah.
I think that's but you could look at your diary, and so like I go to my diary, and I've seen 393 movies this year, and in total 2,400 on the dot, and then you got your stats down at the bottom, which is really fun, followers, following, and stuff. But how you log a movie? Let's say you want to log Death Sentence, or is that Backdraft? Okay, Backdraft. You're gonna click the top right here, right? Well, it's so hard to do.
Mine is different. That's funny.
So I'm going to flip the 3 buttons up there. There's a review or log button. Is this what you see, Mizzy?
Yeah, but it's funny. My to hit, to rate it, it's down towards.
But Johnny was just hitting a rating. That's all he was doing. He was rating each movie. He never.
He wouldn't hit review or log.
Never hit review or log, and the only way it's up for other people to see that you've watched it is you have to hit the review or log button.
Right.
So people have to know that, because some people don't realize that, and they're just rating the movie, but we don't see that. And then it also shows that you watched it, but it doesn't show you logged it. So
logged it, right?
Yeah. So, and what I love about Letterboxd is I'll click like all time. So this is my stats. It's going to load right here. Little tutorial on Letterboxd, and I know Ellie's
like, what the hell's going on
here? Because we talk Letterboxd all the time. People, Letterboxd is important in this community, so they can deal with it. While it's loading, I could pull up my background of Dakota Johnson if they'd like. It's still literally loading. It's just,
it is.
But I want to, because I have so much. The longer you've been logging and all that stuff, it'll take a long time. And screw this. I like that it shows you all your stats and everything. But I'm gonna go click Kodak Chrome, for example. Okay, and I'm gonna show people what I like about Letterboxd. So I'll click this button and I'll click the logged right here. And it shows me every date I watched it, my stars. So like that was my first time watching it, and then all of those were rewatches. May 20th, August 2020, December 2022, June 2024, and then I watched it again July 2024. So like it's just fun, and I love it. And I guess some decent people. Tony just recently watched Kodak Chrome. He gave it 2.5, but said he really liked it. Stacy gave it 4.5.
Nice.
Kodak Chrome. So yeah, I expect Johnny to write a review on Kodak Chrome.
Yeah, now that he knows, right?
And Jeff too. I think Jeff's pretty good about logging, but not every day. I don't know if he logs everything he watches, but I love seeing it. So anyways, 2 gold medals for the Philippines today. Yay! Definitely not boring. Added some to my list tonight. 20 million and a huge reward for the athletes here. Slay. Letterboxd is the GOAT, Prince says. I log everything on Letterboxd, but I don't really review, but I do rate. I love Letterboxd. I just hate when people try to do 1-sentence reviews that are not even close to being funny. There is a lot
of people that try to be funny.
I think that's a little bit more of the Gen Z crowd.
Yeah, there are one-liners out there.
Bob follow. Yeah, like I see so many of like Deadpool. I saw so many ratings like why didn't they have sex? Why didn't they fuck? Like it's just like, oh my gosh.
I don't know either. I can't.
Bob, I'll follow you. What's your handle? I don't know what my handle is. Robert Anderson, or try Robert AAJR. That probably will do it. Mizzy, thanks for following me there. Wow, Death Sentence top 4. Yay, that movie's awesome. On mine, Android, the main page that loads has a big green.
Right, that's what I have, the green button.
Well, Android sucks. So
what?
Yeah, some. Oh, hey Dakota. There you go. I got Dakota for you, Corey. Just for you, buddy.
Good. You obsessed, Corey, or
what? Corey's a huge fan of Dakota Johnson.
Oh, what's wrong with him?
Top 3 actress.
Yeah, right.
No, I'm serious. I was
Corey. Okay.
I spent the weekend with him in Iowa.
Yeah, you must have like brainwashed him the whole weekend or something.
Brainwashed? Get the heck out of here, Johnny. I need to brainwash Johnny though.
Yeah,
but
I don't know if that'll work. Yeah.
No, he said Loretta Devine #1, I think.
Yeah.
He said, "Am I?"
He's like, Corey's like, who's that bitch? Yeah.
Who's that bitch? Loretta Devine.
Yeah. Corey's a good dude.
But nobody loves Shaniqua or what's Shaniqua as much, or is it Shaniqua?
Shaniqua.
That's
Monique? Who you talking about?
Monique. That's
Monique?
Johnny's girl. Or not Johnny's, Joe's girl.
That's Joe's girl, yeah.
Joe's girl. Monique is Joe's girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
Johnny had to close his eyes.
Good.
I love how Corey's quiet for the most part. The last couple, like an hour or so, and now he's like,
he's taking all night.
Yeah, he's just listening because
he's
he doesn't believe him. I do apologize. It's probably not as fun, but I think what did they recommend are a lot more fun. Because I think you guys are able to recommend more common titles. Because there's a lot of
but I like to listen to it. Like I said, a lot of these I haven't heard before.
I'm gonna go already, Bob. Yeah, I don't know who follows me and whatnot. I don't check followers.
Yeah.
Not my thing.
Checking his stats every day.
Yeah. Not my thing at all. The stats on Letterboxd, yes, because I like seeing.
No, I meant like who's followers. Or I should say followers. Yeah.
I do want to show.
I still can't figure out how to do it on. Maybe it was an Android. Someone can.
Why is Letterboxd like not working? It's doing this shit last.
It did it last night. It does it every once in a while.
Yeah, it's not working very well.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go through and I'm gonna predict so you ranked yours, and now I'm gonna predict what I thought your ranking would be. You ready for it?
Okay, yeah.
Close. I said 10 Luce, 9 Sunshine. So I had those two mixed. Okay. I had 8 as Clouds.
Oh wow. Right that. Yeah.
I had 7 Parachute.
Mm.
Okay, yeah. So you had Luce a little higher. I didn't have those.
Yeah.
I had 7 Parachute, which was a little higher than I thought. 6 I had Bone Tomahawk.
Okay.
5 was Calibre.
Okay.
4 Martyrs. Wasn't sure which one would be higher. 3 Kodak Chrome. 2 The Cure. And then 1 Inevitable Defeat of Mr. and Pete. So I was pretty darn.
Yeah, bro. It's not too big of a, it's not like,
Yeah, that was probably
number 1 or whatever.
Yeah, I think that was the closest I've ever been.
Yeah, that's pretty close. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I do want to show if this pulls up. For some reason, stats seem to not be working right now, which is very.
Oh, it's stats. Okay.
Yeah, if
log something.
I want to show Johnny something, I think he'd really appreciate. What you think of Finder's Fee? I'll talk about it.
Yeah, I know. I just looked. I was like, Jeff Probst, the guy from Survivor, the host.
Yeah. Yes.
What the hell?
Yeah. Okay, so this is my most watched actors for the year. All of movies. Okay.
Oh God, Dakota's in there. I'm sure. Of course, she's number 1. Ryan Reynolds. 21. That's a big difference from Ryan Reynolds to her.
Yeah. And I think, Octavia Spencer's up there. So there you go. Yeah. But yeah, Ryan Reynolds, 6.
I don't even know how to figure where
21 films, Dakota Johnson, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
And if you
Bob also watches her shorts.
If you go to my all-time, Samuel Jackson's number 1. It's by a long shot.
Okay.
I'm not the biggest fan of, but it's because he's in like every. No, I'm saying I'm not the biggest fan of having him as my number 1, like most actor, but it's because he's in every Marvel movie for 5 seconds.
Yeah, he's just in a lot of movies, right? Yeah, he's been.
Johnny said it's just sad now, Bob. Shut up.
I'll have Samuel Jackson.
The worst kind of movie is an unwatched one.
Yeah.
And Dakota Johnson got me out of my comfort zone. She got me watching now.
Right.
Rating shorts and not rating them, but clicking them as watch.
Watch.
I didn't know she was in 21 films. She's in more than that. I still got a couple left to watch. I haven't watched The Lost Daughter yet.
Name a real good one she's in.
I didn't either. Shut the hell up. Okay, let me be clear about Dakota Johnson and her filmography. I watched one of them and she was 9 seconds in it. She was like, I think she said 1 word or something. She was in like 9 seconds.
Yeah,
that's it. So,
it was a movie or a short?
No, it's a movie. It's called.
So you watched the whole movie for her, and she's in 9 seconds.
For Ellen, and I didn't like the movie.
Oh, okay.
But I watched it. So I'll watch anything if she's in it. As long as her name's on Letterboxd, I'll watch it. So Yes, sir. Shut up, all of you guys. Go away. Leave me alone. Be nice. All right. Okay, guess my
your ranking, right?
That's my ranking.
So number 10 for you at Sunshine, 9 Luce, then Bone Tomahawk, Calibre, Parachute, Inevitable Defeat of Mr. and Pete, Clouds, Kodak Chrome, and The Cure.
Okay. Number 10 would be Luce.
Okay. Hold on, write this just so I kind of know.
Yeah, you can. I could send you a screenshot of my
Yeah.
ranking. But 10 would be Luce. Number 9 would be Sunshine.
Okay, so I switched.
Yeah, it was a little slower than I remember rewatch. Martyrs would be number 8, which is really low, but there's so many good movies on this list. Number 7 is Calibre.
Okay.
Number 6 is Bone Tomahawk. 5 would be Parachute, which really moved up. It just hit me like a lot. Number 4 is Inevitable Defeat of Mr. and Pete. Number 3 would, I think I would, I don't know. Number 3, I wrote The Cure. Number 2, Clouds, and 1, Kodak Chrome.
Wow, okay.
So Kodak Chrome, like on a rewatch. But I think The Cure, after our conversation.
I know, because I've known you for a couple of years, and you've always, I just went off what I thought, you know.
Oh, yeah, but on a rewatch,
talked about that movie,
things change on a rewatch.
You know, yeah, no, so, you know.
Bob just watched this for 9 seconds on repeat.
Yeah, probably.
Bob, this movie sucked. Dakota wasn't in it enough. Great movie picks tonight. Thanks, Magic Hands. Bob demands a refund from a streaming site because Dakota wasn't on a film long enough. I don't have streaming services, so I don't have to worry about that. Daddy-O's on next week's rotation for me. Hell yeah, Prince. Hell yeah. She's got blonde hair in it too. I believe it's a wig, but she's still got blonde hair in it, and Dakota is a blonde.
Yeah, I think you like it more as a blonde than a.
I do. I got a weakness for blondes, but I also have a weakness for brunettes. I have a weakness for attractive ones.
There you go.
I'm gonna get canceled.
Yeah.
Or Bob just paused it.
Yeah, weakness, right? I
love Naomi Watts too, but it's crazy.
Oh no, you kicked her to the curb. Right?
Like, you threw her to the curb. I was like, no, I put her in the back seat.
Yeah.
I put her in the back.
She's in the back now. Yeah,
she's in the back. The curb. Don't worry. Easy there. What would you rank my list?
Let's see. So it was. I didn't average that. I forgot. I didn't even average that out. I guess
you don't have to average it out. As a whole, though, what would you give it? Like,
I don't. Very high 3.5 for sure.
Okay, so 3.5.
Between 3.5 and 4, yeah.
So 3.5. You could.
Yeah, 3.75.
3.5. You said starting, so that's fine.
Yeah, for sure.
Tony gave me my highest one of 4. Would you buy these?
Yeah. I wish some of my son were on physical.
All that, yeah.
Kodak Chrome, Curly Bird.
Recommend the list.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially like slow burns. Yeah. All
right, that's it. That's everything. Good night, everyone. Have a good night.
Good night.
Like, what? I didn't like Am I Okay, but I'm not a
yeah, I heard that's okay. Like, I didn't hear the best things.
I can't. It's not that I needed to be a lesbian to be able to relate to that movie, but I just can't. It just didn't.
Like, the cover is just her crying. I'm like, oh,
it didn't work for me, though. I thought I would like it. Weakness in general, LOL.
Yeah.
It just didn't work for me. But anyways, next week on my channel, I've got Tim coming on my channel to discuss the part 2. It's the first watch list stream. That'll be part 2.
Yeah.
And then the week after that, I've got Joe back on. Part 2.
You'll see the same type of rotation.
That, I've got this guy back on.
Sorry.
At the very end of December, he's going to recommend 10 movies to me, and I don't even know the 10 he recommended to me yet.
August, yeah.
And no, I don't want to be a lesbian, Johnny. But yeah. Do you remember that little skit? It's not a skit, it's from a TV show. Johnny probably remembers it. He's like, okay, we're going to discuss words that end in AN. And this one little boy, he's like, lesbian. And he's just like, the teacher's like, what? And I was gonna say, where's April? Tell her we said hi for sure. Thrifty Timmy. And but he's like, lesbian, and then he's like, what's a lesbian? And he's like, it's when another girl likes another girl. And he's like, I really, really like Olivia. And she's like, well, then you're all lesbian. And then the boy's like, I want to be a lesbian. And he's like, you can't be a lesbian. He's like, why not? And he's like, you're all lesbians. And then he's like, oh, next word ending in RE. And he's like, crack. And the kid shouts out, crack whore.
Wow, Jesus.
And then he's like, and then after he's like, oh my God, what are these kids hearing this? And then he tries to think of another one, words ending in whatever. And he's like, hold on, let me think. He's like, there's nothing bad. And he does it, and then the kid shouts out, I can't remember what it was, but he shouts out another one, and this kid ends, and I was just like, I was cracking up. And I don't like
it. I ain't ever seen that, but that sounds funny.
I could probably find it. But yeah, I don't remember what it was. But yeah, no, so yeah, and then the week after Mizzy, I've got Ashley on. So I got my next 4 Tuesdays booked up. With watchlist streams, and I've got lots of movies to watch because I need to start Tim's list. I haven't started Joe's, and I don't even know Mizzy's list.
Right.
But I figured schedule them out, and I'm hoping to do Caprice. And if Jeff ever watches my movies, then maybe he will do a part 2.
Still hurting him with your ranking for his movies. So.
Jeff watches my movies, and I know Nikki started to work on my list as well, so expect her back on to discuss the 10 I recommended to her.
Very nice.
Yeah, I have 4 movies left to watch. I should schedule a stream.
Oh wow!
Should schedule something for
Nikki.
Is September 10th good for you?
Go every Tuesday.
Yeah, I like scheduling right now. September 10th. It's a Tuesday. It's the week after Ashley. Your list, guy. I've got so much going on right now too because I've already scheduled out like six streams, and then I told Caprice and Dell I was gonna start working on theirs. So I'm like, guy, it'll 2026.
List you got,
I will only watch my list if he's bedridden. Johnny's list is 2027.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
There you
go. I don't remember. I don't know if I even wrote your list down, Prince.
Oh.
I was like, no, he kind of switched it up, so I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it takes time, you know.
Oh, sure does.
Look at Guy's list. Actually.
I don't envy. I envy, but I don't because that's a lot. It's a lot of work.
These movies on Guy's list, I actually would be interested. As I said before last time, I'm not sure, but I'll let you know. She says, the tough part about some watch lists, like Guys, for example, is I'll look at it and I'm like, oh, yeah, I want to watch that. I want to watch that, and I'll look at like 4 out of the 10. And I'm like, yeah, these sound really good, but because I'm in the mood for them or something.
Sure.
But then I'll look at a couple of them and I'm just like, I'm not in the mood to watch this right now. And so I don't want to start somebody's list.
Yeah, that's the thing, jumping around different lists probably.
Yeah, it's tough. So I want to commit to it, and I don't want to start it and then be like procrastinate. And Johnny's in particular, because he put 2 movies that are like 6 hours long. I'm just, it's going to take me till 2028. So that is what it is, Johnny. But we'll get there. 4 years. Hopefully we're still Hopefully I'm still alive. And Basement Blues hasn't murdered me. And put me
He'll be in the basement,
Exactly, yeah. He said he won't even, if he cut my head off, he said he wouldn't even hold it as like memorabilia. He said it would go in the garbage. I was like, holy He said that last week. So it's in the garbage. I was like, dang, Tony. 2030 for me, probably. Yeah. I fixed it up last time. Yeah. All right, man. That's everything. You got anything coming up on your channel? You're going to be back on.
Yeah, my non-existent channel.
I'll see a Titans Super Bowl victory before Bob starts my list. I'll take that.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, if they win, then so you'll be going for a long time. Sounds like good. Sorry, Johnny. I meant that more towards Bob because Johnny's cussing me out.
No, he knows the Titans are probably never going to win a Super Bowl in their life.
Yeah, you never know. Right? You never know.
Better unless Will Levis plays really well this season.
We'll see. Hey, you never know.
Brian Callahan. I'll see you on Durant's channel, Mizzy.
Oh, I'll see you there. Yes.
What do you got? Something coming up on Durant's channel?
No. I mean, he does his monthly Patreon.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The videos. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see. Not this week. I won't be there. But
I saw what you were, dude. You need to. I think you should start wearing more clothes in public. You looked. I saw the short shorts you had on and the tube top and all that.
Oh my God!
I saw that. You probably need to start wearing more clothes in public.
Yeah, it's summertime. Got to show off the body, right? You know, got to be proud. So. If I know I don't look good, I still show it
Oh
off.
my goodness. That's
Yeah,
funny.
no. If I was like Dakota Johnson, I guess, or something. Yeah, that was just good though. I appreciate it, and it was a good one.
Yeah, no, it was fun. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I think that covers it. I think that's literally everything. I'm like, yeah, I think we're covered. I think we're covered for tonight. Um, but yeah, these are fun. I just
Yeah, for sure.
but sometimes I need to take a break too. So like if I all of a sudden take a couple weeks off and I don't do any, it's
Yeah, it's
not like,
understandable.
sometimes you need to I need to watch some movies that I actually am
So
interested in.
you want to watch? Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's yeah.
But I am going to a girls' night out tomorrow
Oh, you're getting that?
by myself. Yeah, I don't give a shit, man. See, that's the thing. I don't care if people judge me all I want. I
Yeah.
know I know who I am as a man. I'm straight. I like women and I like chick flicks, and it doesn't bother me. I don't have shame in that. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
but yeah, so I'm gonna go see
Tomorrow night, if you're yeah.
what's it called? Because I don't know even know what it's called.
It ends with us, right?
It
Yeah.
ends with us.
Blake
Okay,
Lively.
Blake Lively movie, and I don't know why they had to go and call it a damn girls' night out, but I'm still going,
Yeah, they
and
do that sometimes.
I'm
Don't
doing it by myself.
they said that's yeah,
Yeah,
they don't do guys' night out. They don't do that for
I only
movies.
ever go to the show by myself. So,
Oh, I go all the time. I don't give a shit about
and then
that.
I'm Thursday I'm doing Borderlands and Cuckoo.
Yeah, I'm excited for Cuckoo. I've heard some decent things so far. So yeah,
Borderlands.
Borderlands. I don't, I'm a little iffy. I don't know how good it'll be, but I
Yeah.
don't. I've never played the game, so
And I'm excited because I'm going to go to Buffalo Wild Wings and do the
that's what you're more excited about, right?
all you can eat wings, right?
I'm jealous. I know. Damn. See, we could have both ate for $20, right?
Yeah, but they're pretty strict. Like if both our fat asses,
Well, do you got to pay? Like, do I would have to pay if we
yeah,
went
if both of our big asses went in there, they'd be like, they would say like, if
They
they
just
saw,
see it
if
coming
they
in.
saw
Like,
$20 and we both sit and that we're
mm,
sharing, they would be, yeah, they're not gonna allow that very much. So
mm.
yeah. Great stream. Capri says, Mizzy would watch a bunch of Disney movies for the next few
I need
days.
to watch some to cleanse the palate now.
Stop
Yeah,
giving people depression.
I know. A lot of Disney movies are probably like Bambi, the mother dies, Lion King, uncle, father dies. That's yeah. God, I was thinking that too. I gotta watch something. I don't know.
Oh, look at when Steve rolls in the house as soon as we're about to end the stream.
What's up, Steve?
Right on time, Steve.
Right on time. Only 3 hours. Like,
Yeah. No, it's great how he's always like.
oh, he's one of these pops, and I always see him
saying
around.
greetings, Bob, Mizzy, and Flick friends. So yeah, no, for sure.
He's a good dude. Good dude.
Yeah. No. Oh. Before we leave,
I was gonna ask you this. Yeah, I was
21 people left in here. Okay. Mizzy and I are starting a series sometime in September. It's probably going to be on Monday nights, I believe we're going to do, because I believe Ken goes live Wednesday nights. We haven't decided on Monday or Wednesday nights, but it's going to start in September. It's a brand new series we're going to start. We're going to do it every 2 weeks, and I'll let Mizzy go ahead and talk all about it right now. I won't put you full screen because you're out.
Yeah, not today. Yeah, so Bob would do. Yeah, we're gonna do a little fun series called Getting Raunchy with It. So
Let's get raunchy.
I'm sorry, let's get raunchy. See, we were decided on names and shit. Yeah, so basically we're just gonna each time we're gonna talk about a raunchy comedy, and that that sometimes they're more than just sex and language and. Yeah, so I think I'll be very interested. Me and Bob like a lot of them. We have a lot of favorites out there, and I haven't seen a lot. Like he'll introduce me to some, and you know what I mean. So I'm excited for that. And but I don't know. I think we know we're gonna start with, but I don't know.
Yeah, I guess we could tease that. And we're gonna try and have week one. It'll just be the two of us, but we've got I've been working on a structure and. We want to come with questions, but we're just going to basically do a deep dive into raunchy comedies, talking about, I think some raunchy comedies are misunderstood, but we want to talk about what it means to us. We just want to have fun.
Yeah.
And some of these movies, some raunchy comedies out there, like the first week, we're going to do The Girl Next Door.
Yes, sir.
And that's going to be the very first one. So we're going to let everyone know at the end of this stream, at the end of each week, what the next one will be, so everybody can watch it, so they can actually enjoy the chat, you know what I mean, and be able to spoil it. So we're going to talk Girl Next Door sometime in September, so you got time to watch it. But we're going to be trying to talk about, and it's not going to be every time, but we're going to talk about movies that some raunchy comedies are misunderstood.
There, some are
there's
just
more to them, and some are just there for sex.
They're just there for sex and
we're going to talk about a bunch. And this series might last 10 weeks. It really depends on how people enjoy it, the people in the chat, things like that. But we're going to do a complete deep dive. We're going to break down. Is probably each stream will last 2.5 to 3 hours. And the thing is, if people want to watch, they can. If they don't, we're just going to hang out. And that's kind of how it's going to go. And it's going to be let's get raunchy with it. Mm-hmm. And we got some fun ideas. And I think I'm going to really try and involve the chat. And then each week, each episode, we're going to have a different guest. Yeah. So we're going to try and figure out, like Caprice, for example, is a huge Wedding Crashers fan. So she would absolutely be on that week if we discuss that. You know, and, you know, Jeff, his favorite movie of all time is Zach and Mary Make a Porno. So I'm joking. but we're going to have different guests on. Each week we're going to have a different guest on. We want to involve the chat. We want to ask questions, thought-provoking questions, and just do a deep dive and just hang out and talk raunchy comedies and movies that, you know, we just wanted to do this. And we had a lot of raunchy comedies that we feel like is fun to talk about. So
yeah, because
see, not another teen movie, you know. Yeah. And some of these might not be like some people and like
deep.
It's not a raunchy comedy. It's like that's subjective. What's this? What's that? It's, you know, as long as it's got, you know, a little raunchiness in it, we're good with it. So it's great too. I love this idea. So I appreciate it. And I think we're very excited about it. Mizzy and I, we've been working on it for a while, and I'm just very excited. So hopefully September, I'm not sure when, but it'll be in September, and it'll be every 2 weeks, and it'll be late night. So it'll be about 10 p.m. Eastern. So a little late night, like Howard Stern back when I was a kid, and I would watch it.
Oh, yeah, watching the E channel, watching the show,
So I'm excited about it. I think it's gonna be a good time, and it'll be a good time. We'll have different guests on. So if we talk about a movie and somebody says, "Hey, I really want to be on," you know, let us know or something.
Yeah, for sure.
We do plan on having, you know, guests on.
So. Yeah, we've already picked a few. Yeah, that we
for that movie. So you know, a lot of different things. I got a notes section on my phone that I was working on, and I reached out to Mizzy on the phone the other day, and I started reaching out to Tony to help me. I started coming up with some thumbnails on my own, and I pitched them to Mizzy, and I even showed Caprice, but I'm not an artist. And I showed them to Tony, and Tony's like, I could actually help you out. Like, you're on the right path, but I could help you out a little bit more with these. So sounds good. Trying to see if Dakota Johnson movies are considered raunchy.
No, she's banned.
Shut up. You're banned.
We're not doing 50 Shades of Grey. Sorry.
Say 50 Shades of Grey, but you know, we're not. She's not in it.
I don't know whether the raunchy shit she's been in,
but no, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So we got some fun ideas for different ones. I think one thing that we'll talk about, I think, about what we plan on doing is for American Pie. I think we plan on breaking out each 4 movies individually. So, like, basically, each episode would be by 2 American Reunion and American Wedding. But so I appreciate everyone hanging out. You know, that's what it's about, and hopefully that's a fun time and a good time.
Thanks for staying up with us. You know, and that's on the East Coast. It's after midnight here, so you know
exactly. And you know, Johnny's got a bedtime.
Yeah, I know.
Kick his ass.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's gonna say it was Bob's fault. He was talking about Dakota Johnson. So he's gonna get me in trouble. But yeah, that's everything. So I you know, it's fun to just sometimes I procrastinate on ending these streams because I'm just like I just hang out, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
But this guy's got he's about to cut his eye out, so he's got to get going.
I am. It's hurting a little bit now. So
he's got to take some Advil.
Yeah.
No more putting dicks in your eyes, bro.
Wow.
Like scary movie, right?
Yeah.
Was that his ear?
Oh, that was his ear, but
yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
I guess we could end the stream with that, huh?
Oh my God.
Oh man.
Only you.
Anyways, did you? I know you wanted to say something before we ended the stream about Dave. You told me you wanted to call him like what was it, Sugar Bunny or Sugar Cupcake or something like that. You guys have nicknames for each other?
Yeah, that's I'll say that for Dave. Yeah, Dave knows how I feel about him. So I love the dude. He's a good dude. I don't know what you were talking about with him. I don't know what the hell you were saying to him, but I was pinching someone's nipple. And,
Yes, you're right, nipple. Sugar bunny.
Sugar buddy, yeah, sugar buddy.
Yeah, that's Prince's new nickname for Mizzy.
Bob's called a snow bunny. That's what he calls it.
Snow bunny. That's for white women who are into black men, dude. Get out of here with that. Goodbye. Have a good one, everyone.
Bye, thank
Good
you.
bunnies and